live.
Okay.
Speak his praise.
Pastor Levi Shaw. Them fancy boot shoes. Yeah. He ain't gonna get him up.
Just saying that he coming out of.
Oh, that's it? Okay, yeah.
He gonna sleep and know.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath today, y'all, as we get about our Abba's business. We'll get right to it, y'all.
Psalms 11, with the Most High's permission,
yes,
in
sir.
the name of His only begotten God Son, long live the King.
Long live the King!
In the Most High put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright at heart.
Yes, sir.
If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Elohim is in his holy temple.
Yes.
The Elohim's throne is in heaven.
Yes, sir.
His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men.
Sir.
The Elohim tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in horrible tempers. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Elohim loveth righteousness.
Yes.
His countenance does behold the upright.
Hallelujah! Yes, sir.
11.
What's the name of the subject?
Today's class, y'all, spiritually, we must be of one mind. Y'all, and the way we're bringing this forth, or the reason I should say we're bringing this forth, is we have to continue to pound on this last day disease that we're facing, y'all, and it's called forms of mixed doctrine, forms of brunity, and all types of unity doctrines that have different outcomes, different reasoning, and they're lumping it all in together, what we would call gumbo doctrine. Y'all, we have to be on one mindset. We have to be like the disciples were, even though they had sometimes, it may sound like they were disagreeing about a subject. They were not disagreeing because they were immediately corrected by the Messiah to put them right back on the straight and narrow path, to let them know, if y'all ain't agreeing together, we wasting our time. We have to drink from the same cup, y'all. We cannot sip that from that cup Zeb just read about in that Psalms 11, the cup of the wicked. A wicked cup, y'all, will try to downplay truth, and in the next breath try to take a sip of truth and think you don't know.
Right.
But see, when you've been drinking that cheap brown liquor doctrine, When you have some good liquor, it lights your face up. See, and it makes you, go against your will, so to speak. Anybody that continues to put down the Bible and in the next breath try to quote from it, it's double-minded. That's what they are. So, y'all, we have to keep pounding that because these last days, it's steady coming out, and it's coming out hot and heavy. And because of the internet, and because knowledge shall increase in the last days, like it say, there's a lot of wicked knowledge out there that's being performed and talked about. Right. I'm talking about seducing whole houses.
Things they ought not.
Things they ought not, but the only way they're getting it off is because a lot of those souls want to hear smooth things prophesied to them.
Give us a king spirit.
Give us a king spirit. Tell us lies. Don't tell us smooth things. Don't tell me.
Make me feel good.
Yeah. Make me feel good. How's something gonna make you feel good? What you got over there, bro?
They got this world system today has got a thrill for man and not a zeal for the Most High.
Boy, that's what we're talking about. A thrill for man. And when you know certain individuals, when you hear that tough keyboard warrior talk, get on away with that. Like the man behind the curtain just talking tough.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz. When you snatch that curtain back, there he is with a fake Chuck Taylors on and tube socks pulled up to his knees and a wife beater on. Ain't tough at all, y'all. But like always, y'all, we want to get this started. I did get a call from Emos and Mister. They said they would be here today, but they wasn't bringing anything extra. I think they wanted to, just kind of mellow out still. But I think they were going to bring some fruit or whatever.
Yeah, I told her,
just told them to lay low.
Just sit back and chill. Just come in.
Yes, sir.
Come just chill. Just come and enjoy class. You got to prepare nothing. She was out of breath. She started stuttering, out of breath, trying to stop.
Yeah, too much, Emos. We got you.
Right.
Let us take care of you for a while. Yes, sir. But as always, y'all, shouts out to our family, Sister Hillel Israel. We know our Sister Sharon, though. But shouts out to her, our brother Kevin Jenkins, our brother William, and Sister Deborah, his wife. And also to our friend and brother, G. Montgomery. Want to say shouts out to that brother as well. And also to our sick and shut in as always, but shouts out to our DH, Sister Ada Robinson, our brother D. Hill, Yari 747, and Sister Soraya, if I'm pronouncing that right, I know I ain't. But and brother Michael Wayman, who we know as Michael. Shouts out to you as well, bro. Hope you're doing well. Our sick and shut in, brother Akda over in the homeland, Yisrael, Imon Naomi, the house of Uriah, the house of Elder Judah. Am I missing anybody? Ak Jeremiah as well. Resident fishman, so to speak, Ak Jeremiah. So we got a bunch of Jeremiah. We got OG right here. So, OGTC, we have to, give a little bit more information so we know which one we're talking about.
No, Blacker.
Yeah, like Blacker. Yeah, at the tire shop. Yes, sir. So with that, y'all, we got any more questions or concerns before we get started? We got any more blessings we need to ask the family to pray for?
For you all, the elders on the panel, for the young lady that told you there was my niece.
Yeah.
That killed the little girl and for the little girl's
on the Metro Link.
And the little girl that got killed's family.
Yeah.
Also tied.
Yeah, and Ty Shepherd as well. Yeah, y'all, because y'all ain't even got warm yet. Summertime is just ain't even got here yet.
And see the lady died with all her babies in the car wreck on
270.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's rough out here. And y'all, we're going to see greater things than these, y'all, as we get closer to the second coming of Messiah. But y'all, today's lesson again, spiritually, we must be of one mind. Y'all, we can't have two separate ideas. You can't get in debate cause separate minds. Or multiple double-mindedness, because you'll find yourself agreeing to disagree. And once you do that, that's double-minded.
Yeah.
Because now you're agreeing that the Bible could be tampered with. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So you can't participate in any of those things. One mind, y'all, one gospel.
That's right.
Is Emo down there?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, we have to be careful that we don't get caught up in this quick talk. Doctrines that can't prove themselves, and you sit there and watch them put down the Bible and still can't get it together, but they're focused on you. This is how wicked these doctrines are getting, to the point that they attack the poor in spirit. Mm-hmm. They know they can't come at those who've been standing firm 10 toes down, so they come at the weak in spirit. That's just a coward move. It's like just snatching one of them gummy bear cookies from a toddler and eat it up right in front of him.
He crying.
And he crying, yeah, get on away from here, little nigga. Yeah, that type of mindset that have no regard for anyone's well-being, because they've taken a walk on the dark side.
Yeah. Misery loves company.
So y'all, we ain't gonna belabor it anymore. We're gonna get right to it. Y'all know how we get down. Our one and only high priest, Yeshua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ. He's the high priest after the order of Melchizedek, and he brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free and bond, Jew or Gentile. And when we're talking about one mind, y'all, we're talking about the Hebrew word Hamathadadan.
It's Hamatha-madan.
Oh, okay.
Hamatha-madan.
Yeah. I see you been practicing. Look, you were doing what I just did about 20 minutes ago. He was practicing, and he got it now. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, what's the definition of that word, brother? That Hebrew word?
You all right?
Yeah. Sister say, can you spell that?
Yeah, I got it right in front of me. Hamatha-madan.
Yeah.
With one mind, unanimously, with one accord at the same time, with the same passion, having the same desire.
Y'all understand that, having the same desire? Y'all, once we go left field and entertain anything that questions this truth, we're going to find ourselves in trouble. Yep. And we're going to get into some scripts today to tell you questioning this truth, and you ain't got nothing to back up to question it, because the Most High put his word out for the test of any God that goes against. Run them that that Isaiah 41:21. That where he said, if your God can tell the past, the present, and the future, then he's God. Other than that, you can't get tangled up into these debates, y'all. Right. Like Jacob would say, debates is for snakes. And when you always see debate, you see that type of work right behind it. Snake work. Snake work ain't never about the uplifting or seeking another's wealth in this spiritual walk. Y'all understand what I'm saying? To have somebody equal with you in the knowledge that y'all can walk side by side. They want you walking behind them. They want you doing things for them like they your God. And they mere sinners like yourself.
No, I ain't got no.
You got what? You good?
I was getting ready to say she did it anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
Okay, so y'all, let's get it, y'all. We're going to start in the book of Amos, chapter 3. So that, y'all, we get on one mind and one accord, y'all. We have to speak the same language. If anybody wants to see any of us, of this congregation, or anybody that practices the gospel of Messiah given to him by his Father, I don't care what state or country it's in, we should all be speaking the same thing.
That's right.
You ain't never heard the disciples speak anything different. Now, they question certain things. Lord, how can this be? And he explained it to them immediately. He didn't say, oh, y'all knuckleheads, or this just too great for y'all. He took his time and explained it to them. Long suffering, and explained it to them, and then allowed them to say, and y'all gonna sit on 12 thrones. You can't sit on no 12 thrones judging the nation of Israel, and you full of debate and hate against your brother. We supposed to hate evil. I don't care who that individual is. That individual fell off and he talking evil doctrine right now. That doctrine is evil. If you look at it any other way, you're going to fall victim to it. The devil loves company. Misery loves company. Amos chapter 3.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Amos chapter 3, verse 1. And he, I'm starting in the end of 2.
Look,
Amos chapter 3,
look, he
verse
pronounced
1.
that word and he,
Hey, remember we just said that, so you start running your mouth, you start messing up.
Learn that domino lesson. Yeah, go ahead.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
Yeah.
Hear this word that the Elohim has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
Shalom, Elder Master.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
You see how the Most High get down? He don't spare us. He don't give us no break. He say, y'all, I know y'all of all the families on the earth, but because y'all sin so much, I'm going to handle y'all first. So the world won't have anything to say. You know, so let us fall into the hands of the Lord and not man. Don't get caught up with man trying to judge you or put you in a bad light that where you would further say something out of your mouth against the Most High and endanger your own soul while they sit back and watch it and enjoy it. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
What they say again?
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
See, and it says walk together except they be agreed. Now, two people could be in the same room, but they may not be agreeable. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about walking together unless you agree. You know, you have to let your man know or your woman know when you're going anywhere. Now, this is how it's going to go. If anything happen, this is what we do. When you with a group that's willy-nilly, so to speak, or anything goes, you can expect to find yourself in all type of trouble, and they'll be running across the street. I was going to come over there and help you, but... You understand what we're saying? It's always going to be an excuse for not walking together. When you walk together, it's simple. It's a simple process. You know where your structure is, you know where your foundation is, and you know the individual that's with you. So you go out on a mission together, knowing that my brother got my back. But how you going to be part of something that where they got you confused the whole time? You can't trust them. They can't trust you, and you're talking about loyalty. How can there be a such thing on this planet with no trust? Let's get some more.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Will a lion roar in the forest when he has no prey?
Y'all heard that? That's a question. Will a lion roar when there's nothing around to feed on? Go ahead.
Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him? Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Elohim has not done it? Surely the Elohim will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
So this once again let us know he ain't getting off his throne for our foolishness. He'll let a prophet know. Go tell them they better straighten up. If he have to come down here, it's going to be some problems. Straightening going to be for everybody. So he ain't got to get off his throne to come deal with some mealy-mouthed Negro decide he wants a gumbo doctrine. Shalom, Imam. How you doing? Blessings to you.
Thank you.
Psalm 91 all around you, Imam.
Shield.
I love y'all.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
The lion hath roared. Who will not fear? The Elohim has spoken.
Yeah.
Who can but prophesy? Published in the places,
In the palace.
in the palace of Ashad, and in the palace in the land of Egypt, and say, assemble yourselves upon the mountain of Samaria, and behold the great tumults in the midst thereof, and the oppressed in the midst thereof, for they know not to do right.
What they know not to do?
They know not to do right.
That's can't get right. I'm talking about hard-headed, won't get right, hear the truth and still fight against it. Want to be right, instead of what's right.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
For they know not to do right, says the Lord, who store up violence and robbery in their palaces. Therefore, thus says the Lord, Yahweh, an adversary there shall be even round about the land, and he shall bring down thy strength from thee, and thy palaces shall be spoiled.
So, y'all, this is why you can't be a part of them gumbo doctrines, because the Most High got a hit on them. And if you up in there, you going to be collateral damage. Just going up in there to see what somebody doing. Maybe it could be something good with a host of non-messianic maniacs up in there. You got people reading strange doctrine. What do you expect to get out of that?
Right.
Who can say, well, I believe this side is more right? Well, hold on. What about this group over here? They were saying this. At a gathering, and everybody got a different doctrine, got a song. Y'all, we can't be caught up into this madness. The days are getting short, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Real short. And they short really because we don't know if tomorrow will be our last day. How you think you're going to show up at the throne with mixed doctrine all in your blood? Tomorrow, have mercy. No. You had plenty time to get mercy and get on the right track. Let's get some more.
Verse 11. Therefore, thus says the Elohim Yahweh, an adversary will be there, shall be even round about the land, and he shall bring down thy strength from thee, and thy palaces shall be spoiled. Thus says the Elohim, as the shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion two legs, or a piece of an ear, so shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria, in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus in a couch. Hear ye and testify in the house of Jacob, says the Elohim Yahweh, the God of hosts, that in the day that I shall visit the transgressions of Israel upon him, I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altars shall be cut off and fall to the ground.
You see how the Most High comes? He said, I'm going to start with you, Israel. So that should let Israel as a nation, just because you know you Israel, there's still work behind that. Faith without works is dead.
He went all the way back to Jacob and traveling.
Yes, sir.
And putting that oil on that rock.
Yes, sir. Letting us know, y'all, this is serious business, y'all. If you play this like it's some bootleg product and they convince you that the script is bootleg, you ain't got no other way out. What else you gonna depend on? And these strange doctrines don't have no way of telling you the condition that we're in. You're gonna be in this for the rest of your life. There ain't no out clause. There's nothing to give you hope.
It shut off your emergency exit.
And shut off everything, y'all. And they're doing it for selfish gain, personally. Or if they come, they have that Goliath spirit, where they hate our God now. And they say nasty things about our God. And then call it elevation. Or I'm in the light. Oh, you're going to be in the light, all right. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And I will smite the winter house with the summer house, and the houses of ivory shall perish. And the great houses shall have an end, says the Most High. Good.
So let's get right to it. We're going to keep it moving. Sirach chapter 23. We're going to read a couple chapters in here because what we want to do was get the understanding of two walking together, how important that is. And when he sent the disciples out, he didn't have to send 15 or 20 at a time. He only sent two. He said 2 is all you need. And that holds down confusion. When you know who's riding shotgun, you know what I'm saying, Elijah? Who riding shotgun protect the driver. Because he's shotgun, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, Elijah? He watching everything. You know why he drive. If you got somebody else sitting on the side of you and they plotting against you, they're going to say the light just turned green and it's still red. And you take off. That's going to be a problem, ain't it?
That ain't a good right-hand man.
And the car coming on your side, the T-bone your side. Go ahead, bro.
Sirach chapter 23, verse 1.
Yeah.
O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life.
Thank you, sister.
Lead me not to their counsel. And let me not fall by them, who will set scourges over my thoughts.
You see what they're going to set? They will set scourges over your thoughts.
What's another name for that book?
Ecclesiasticus. Yeah. So you're on page 103, sister. And you may have one. I don't know, that's the red one. But Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 23.
What verse?
Verse 1, we're going to start it over. You good? Good?
3 and 1.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Sirach chapter.
You said Ecclesiasticus.
Cuss. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same as Sirach.
23.
Chapter 23, verse 1. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
We'll tarry with your sister. See, y'all, that's what we're talking about, one accord. If we move without her being there, she's got to try to take our word for what we read and then try to catch up. We can't do it, y'all. We one body. We have to wait. We have to tarry on one another. So we're all on the same page at the same time. The understanding is going forth at the same time. If we can't wait like that, we got some problems.
You need to get out of this.
You understand what I'm saying? That's like telling somebody, I got to pee real bad, and you pull over at the rest stop. He better hurry up or we going to take off. How you going to take off? Let's get some up.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 1.
Yeah.
O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life. Leave me not to their counsel, and let me not fall by them, who will set scourges over my thoughts, and the discipline of wisdom over mine heart. They spare me not for mine ignorance.
Y'all see that? Spare me not for mine ignorance. This is what I'm saying, y'all. They attack, and ignorance means without knowledge of a subject. They attack and they tell you that I've been enlightened and y'all ain't. Do y'all want to hear some of my enlightenment? You actually. Right. But you know, and this is that mindset that I'm above you. I'm always going to be above you. Knowledge was secretly given to me and it wasn't given to you. The minute y'all heard that, you should exit stage left.
Yes, sir.
Immediately. There ain't no, what is your ears itching for? Maybe he is chosen. When you hear an individual say, you can chew water, and then say they high as the cost of living, and say some voice came out of that non-chewable water, and told him, you're one of 7 individuals that ever existed on planet Earth that can talk to plants. See, that's what I'm talking about. And a group follows that and have no thought about it.
Oh, he got a mass following.
But many shall follow their pernicious way because they're looking for somebody to lie to them. I'm talking about dying to be somebody's fool. Do y'all understand what I'm just saying? I get on my knees to be somebody's fool.
Yes. Oh, they literally like that. I mean, they saying they ready to protect him at all costs. They ready to lay down their lives for this.
Wow.
Boy, if y'all believe that, I got beachfront resorts for you. I'm selling in East St. Louis.
Wow. Yes, sir.
Tough talk. Ain't nobody do that's coward talk.
That's right.
What you would do about an individual that's rocking with the devil. You ain't never heard him say, I defend the devil. But you'll defend the devil follower.
Right.
Get out of here with that fool. It ain't tough. It's chump talk. Keyboard warrior. Ain't lived a life. How you gonna talk to a coward about matters of war?
He tell you run.
Yeah. Let's get some more, Zed.
Drop that weapon and run.
End of verse 2. That they spare me not for mine ignorance, and it pass not by my sin, lest mine ignorance increase, and my sins abound to my destruction, and I fall before mine adversaries, and mine enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy.
Y'all see that? Who hope is far from thy mercy. Don't want to shed no mercy. When you find an individual put you in a position and they say, I'm your boy, and set you up for failure, that ain't your boy. No, that's somebody that looks at you and see you're a blunt monkey for ignorance. I mean, whatever I say, long as you say I'm part of the group. I'll do anything you say, long as you mention me as being part of the group. No, I don't want to be part of nothing that bad, y'all. Never. But the truth. Truth is an absolute. It don't need no support. You ain't got to keep defending truth. Right. Truth defends itself.
You don't have to defend it once.
But BS and tomfoolery and gumbo doctrine is going to be a lie after another one. And then it's going to be every wind of doctrine. It's going to be that Ephesians, 4:14. Every wind of doctrine. Next, they're going to be saying they into this. First, I'm this group. Next, I've got enlightened. Now I'm with this group. Next, I've been enlightened to this, and y'all so far behind. And then at the same breath, keep dipping into what they say is the worst thing on earth.
Right.
The God of this book that I can't stay out of. I can't stay away from. Y'all understand what I'm saying? How does that make sense to you and you shaking your head like this? And you know they ain't explaining that because they know you don't know what they talking about.
They don't have to.
And that's why they say it makes them a child twofold more of hell than themselves. Because you done put this foolishness on the ignorance and they trying to explain it to somebody else. You understand? Well, just look at the video. It'll tell you why you can't tell.
Right. That's part of the problem. Y'all need to stop looking at so many videos. Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
O Elohim, Father and God of my life, give me not a proud look.
What kind of look?
A proud look.
Uh-huh.
But turn away from thy servant always a haughty mind.
A haughty mind. I'm wiser than you. I know more than the average. But you don't know how to even be responsible for your own self. Talking about I'm some great one. And deception is in the forefront of what you're talking about. Waxing worse and worse. And going to be into another new gumbo doctrine here shortly. And then going to end with the final doctrine called atheism. It's coming, y'all. Just keep watching. It's coming. Once you start getting rid of the Bible and calling the Most High names, baby killers and things like that, atheism is coming.
Yeah. Because the new doctrine that they get into doesn't satisfy long enough. So they keep searching. It's like trying to catch that first high.
Yeah. Ain't gonna come back no more.
Chasing that ghost.
Chasing that ghost, ain't he?
And you never get it.
Ain't gonna never get it.
Until destruction.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what happens. So now, once they've known righteousness, to cast righteousness to the side and seek that which is less than righteousness,
Chasing that goat.
it's only going to take you further and further into the rabbit hole to death and destruction. Because it's going to keep taking you away from Elohim. Because now they into that sloppy or I speak.
Yeah.
That's a man's doctrine that comes and it says that this is a compilation of writings from a medium.
Yeah.
Dude was a medium. He was into the dark side.
Well,
and they tell you his writings are based off him being a medium, a conduit of spirits.
Right. Psychic.
Wannabe psychic.
Yes, sir.
And so now you're just going further and further down the rabbit hole to destruction. Because now that you've cast righteousness to the side, you're not seeking anything righteousness. You're only going into darker and darker abyss.
Yeah.
Reprobate.
Reprobate.
Reprobate mind. And that's what they are now.
And you know what a reprobate mind is? It's a hopeless mindset. You can't pray for it. You can't wish it well. It's hopeless. It's like a penny with a hole in it. The last piece of low amount of money and it got a hole in it. Let's get some more.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
Turn away from me, vain hopes and concupiscences, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me. And give not me and give. What's going on with me?
I don't know, but you need
And
to
give
you
not
got glasses
over.
on too. Hey, go ahead.
These words even smaller. And give not.
Yeah. He didn't want to believe.
I might need to upgrade.
I ain't getting no 1.5. My site ain't that bad.
these
You
is the
0.25.
And give not over me thy servant unto the imputed mind. Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth.
See, what we got to have, the what of the mouth?
The discipline.
See, your mouth must be disciplined. And when it been disciplined, meaning it's done took correction and chastisement and it knows what not to say or what to say so that it don't get whooped no more. You have to discipline your lips. But when you hear loose lips like this, the gumbo doctrine, they ain't never, a word about a whooping, so to speak. Get a whooping and still go worse. You understand what I'm saying? Go deeper into the dark side behind correction. Don't want reproof and correction. Want to be right, even if they know I'm dead wrong. And not only that, but when he said about that whore's mindset or that fornicating mindset that it leads to, they get to the point that where they start to treat the Most High like their girlfriends. I don't like you no more. I got another woman on the other side named Buddha. Or Crystal Man, or that's my new girlfriend. You can miss me, but then every now and then, gonna try to come back home like they always do and see what's to eat. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at it from how they treat their girlfriends, that's how you can see it. When it ain't going right over here with the new girlfriend, then they come back and try to see what's to eat. You cook anything today? What y'all eat? And then when they get through it, and come back to this good food, and then they licking their fingers, almost lick the fingerprints off. And soon they get through licking, right back into that gumbo doctrine with no seasoning. That quick.
You don't see them no more.
Boy, lick fingerprints off of this good doctrine right here. And then in the next breath say, well, it could have been cooked a little more tender. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 7 again.
Yeah.
Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips.
Yo, see what that means? You'll never be taken with your lips. You'll never have to worry about the way, well, you said this. Right. Or you said that. And y'all know another good way to understand when somebody wants or have that I go get me a new girlfriend doctrine is when they won't explain to the audience, well, I used to believe that, but because of this, and what I've read over here, and then this right here let me know that I was off point. It don't do that. It's just like, well, that's what that used to be, but I'm on this now. And no explanation to the followers.
And the reason why is because they try to keep that foot in that door.
Yeah, that's what it's trying to do.
I'm gonna keep my foot in the door just in case. I bomb out over here.
Yeah.
Maybe I can come back over here.
Maybe I can come back. Yeah.
It's that I'm gonna keep my foot in the door. In the door. Scheme.
I'm leaving you, heifer, but I'm leaving 3 pair of drawers and a pair of socks here just in case I come back and I spend the night.
Right. And that's what it is. Because you'll always see them creep back at some point, trying to find their way back. And that's why they'll try to keep hold of the doctrine, the scriptures, and say, well, I ain't saying, I don't believe in it.
All the way.
You did say that.
Yes, you did.
You said.
You saying it now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
anytime you got to seek outside of it for validation, you don't believe in it.
No. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
The sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby.
And you ain't got to wait long, y'all. And we just tarry. Look, Most High gonna do it in his time. He gonna do it where it satisfies everybody. And it grabs everybody at one time so it don't leave none of that foolishness to last and start up again. See, we may want it to come down right away. But he said, no, I got to gather it all up at the same time. See, when that tongue that seeks to deceive purposely, and you know it, but yet you still chase it or want to listen to it, it's something about yourself.
Right.
It's almost like you're in the mind of Israel when they're looked at like when it talks to them like the bride, or so to speak. It's in silly women mode. Divers kinds of lust. What can I get out of this Negro saying he can chew water? And it ain't ice. What lust is there that make you say, I think I want to try that? Or some book by some white man that said your destiny, black man, is to be a slave to the white man forever, your whole existence. And you pumping that book to us?
Right. No.
That's got to be crazy, ain't it? Like,
Super crazy.
go ahead, bro.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Accustom not thy mouth to swear.
To what?
To swear.
Neither
use thyself to the naming of the Holy One.
Neither use yourself. When you start putting the Most High name in your name.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm Rapha, Elohim, the great one that sits on thrones above all thrones of men.
Ain't no fear, man.
You understand? They say don't accustom you to put your name on the Lord because you can fool people. People think, well, who gave him that name? The Lord must have gave it to him. No, Lord ain't gave him nothing. You gone, bro? Yes, sir. All right. Let's get it.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
For as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark.
See, when you just keep on getting a whooping, there's going to be some marks. You know, you just can't do right. You just can't get right. What's that term when you keep going back to jail, Elijah? Just can't get right. Institutionalized. Go ahead.
So he that sweareth and nameth Yahweh continually shall not be faultless.
See, I swear for living God. I'm telling you as the God of heaven live and
On God.
on God I'll put this. That's swearing. That's almost like a vow or an oath. Using the Most High and you know you lying. Boy, you lying like a Persian rug. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11. A man that uses much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin.
If he do what?
Acknowledge not his sin. He maketh a double offense. And if he sweareth in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamity.
And that's all y'all have to look at. House is full of calamities, y'all. It's always trouble around. There's no peace. It's always confusion. It invites people to come hear confusion. Come hear confusion. Log on tonight. Confusion at its highest level. There'll be talk by our chief speaker, Jeffro Bodine, and Knucklehead John. They'll be in the discussions tonight.
Knucklehead John.
Beavis and Butthead.
Boy, yeah. Beavis and Butthead topics. Wonder what they gonna be talking about. You already know what they gonna be talking about. Nothing. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
There is a word that is closed about with death. God grant that it to be found,
that it
be not found in the heritage of Jacob.
Y'all see, there's a word closed with death. And it say the fool has said in his heart that there's no God.
That's right.
That's closed with death, y'all. There's that word that's clothed in death to say, don't you believe the laws of the Bible. Believe me. What I say. Lie and put things before the innocent that don't know how to decipher the word and won't do it.
And that black nationalist movement in Israel is moving hard.
Oh boy.
Ooh, where can't nobody have salvation but Israel. Cat just was clowning with me. I let it go.
Yeah, you have to let it go.
He was going hard, trying to convince people that Bob Marley was an Edomite.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it must be some One West doctrine.
I said,
because
boy,
they get on that.
And then, and of all scriptures, he want to go to Ezra 9 about them putting away a strange wife.
And them the priest.
I said, dude.
Right.
I said, do you know the difference between strange and stranger?
Right.
Oh, see, you don't know nothing. I said, man, lean not to your own understanding. You mean to say lean not to what I know.
Yeah.
I said, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. He's still a mamzer when you done talking. I say, well, okay, all right. You ain't got no scriptures to back it up, but you like hearing yourself talk, so I'll let you do what you do, man.
But what is it to you?
I don't know, man. I mean,
what is the purpose?
It's just that whole. I want to show people that anybody that's white has no connection to Israel whatsoever. But like I took them to the Matthew 8, I say, but the children of the kingdom shall be thrust to outer darkness.
Uh-oh.
What about that?
What'd he say?
No answer.
Ain't no answer.
Reply. So
yes,
it just goes to name.
You could have read his mind, you'd have heard the answer.
Man, it just goes.
He just moved black mother.
It just moves to name calling and everything. So you just dismiss it.
Right. That's all if he keep moving.
Into verse 12.
Yeah.
For all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins.
And y'all, we're talking about wallowing in sins. Go get another book and help you wallow even more. See, once you take away the law, you wallow in sin. Because at this point, you're saying, I don't care what that God say. You can miss me with that. Now, this white man that Freemasonry and wrote this book, and I know he said he don't want me around and it sounds just like the Mormons, but this white man is just a little bit different. He gives me food, he gives me clothes.
I like some.
And I don't even have to work for it. Yeah, you working for it. But on the dark side.
Doing his work is big.
Compromised.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Commerce over conscience. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin.
Uh-huh.
Remember thy father and thy mother when thou sittest among great men.
Uh-huh.
Be not forgetful before them, and so thou by thy custom become a fool, and wish that thou hadst not been born, and curse the day of thy nativity.
And that's what'll happen when you sit among great men and you shame your parents. Because that's what's brought up always. And boy, who raised you? Talking like that. Who raised you? Your parents raised you to sit here and talk like this amongst men's, and you talking, boy, who is your parents? That's the first thing they ask, don't they? Let's get some more.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
A man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
Give me that definition of that word before we go a step further. It's probably just a no respect person, and how you know they'll be disrespectful to their parents up front. Miss me with that, mama, and I'm tired of hearing you talk about that. Get out of my room.
My room.
Yeah.
In your house.
All rooms are mine.
I go get me another mama.
Bye.
David Chappelle said, I'm killing you, Mom.
It says, expressing scorn or criticism. Opprobrious.
Scorn or criticism. And when you hear that saying about the Bible and they won't remove holy off the front of it, you know why they doing it. Like you're saying, Elijah, they want to have 9 toes in the world and that one toe still in the Bible. Just a little bit. And what's the worst part about it is they get on these sites that people don't know the rules of the Bible. And then they start to promote that, and you let them come back in the Bible without playing by the rules.
Right.
You're like, hold on, player. You don't say nothing about this book no more. Not one word of it. You don't believe it. Don't quote it no more. But see, you ain't got nobody there because everybody looking to be uplifted or exalted.
Yep.
And I want to be the one that battled Jethro Bodine's doctrine.
Yep.
The Curly Stooges, I took it. And you think you're going to get a reward for that? Go ahead.
They do amongst each other, they do.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
2 sorts of men multiply sins, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed. A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he hath kindled a fire.
And y'all notice that said a fornicator in his flesh will never cease till he then kindle a fire. And that's why, y'all, we have to be careful when we use that word fornication. It has many layers of sin under it. It just means illegal intercourse, whether spiritual or physical. So what it's saying is, it's something illegal about it. So you could have adultery, you could have same sex, you could have bestiality. All of those are different things that fall under fornication. But each one has a separate punishment for it. It's not all, you can't lump it all in the same boat, so to speak. You know, one crime, you can't give this crime for something minuscule. You know what I'm saying? Minute. So you can't give it the high end of the crime. But fornication is the banner. And then it said, what form of fornication did he commit? Well, this form right here. He was seen going into the barn again at 3 a.m. So you know what form that is.
Bestiality.
If you could see where it was Proverbs 7:7, he got called in the house while the husband or the good man was gone away. And he don't know a dart is going to strike through his heart. That's another level of it. You understand what I'm saying, Elijah?
Yes, sir.
And then you got, and he loveth a man like he loveth a woman. That's another form of fornication, but they all up under that banner. And you have to separate them out. You just can't lump the same cause and say that's what it is. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
What is that? Say that again.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
See these strange doctrines of men telling you you're going to be a slave and you ain't worth 2 dead flies. That's sweet to them. Foreign doctrine. Gods of demons. That's sweet to them. Right now it's sweet. But it's going to be bitter as wormwood in the end. Go ahead.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins.
See, when you break wedlock, see, this is the only book or doctrine that has a marriage covenant with his God. And when a man break wedlock from that, see, when a man break wedlock, you got to understand, when a man break wedlock, it ain't saying a man committing adultery. So y'all got to understand what this just said. It says a man is married to the Most High. When he breaks wedlock, the only time you'll ever see this on our level is when it says if a woman breaks wedlock. See, because it works on both ends. A single man gets with a married woman. She's breaking wedlock still. Yeah. Not him technically, you understand what I'm saying? But he's drawing into that. But the fine is right there on the woman. She's breaking the marriage covenant. So when a man breaks wedlock with the Most High, it's in the same mindset, you understand? And you go whore around with another God. This God is cool. You know, he don't beat up on you for every sin. Don't try to correct you on everything you do wrong. If I want to eat a pig sandwich, why can't I? You understand what I'm saying? This is a man that break wedlock. The rules and vows you said I'm going to take on when you get in this holy manuscript and say, I must believe. Every prophet, I don't care who they talk to, the first thing they ask every individual, do you believe before we go a step further? We can't go a step further. Baptism, do you believe first before you get in this water? It ain't the water, it's your belief that if you go down in this water, you'll come up not a wet sinner anymore. You have to believe that. It ain't the water ain't going to do nothing for you. It's the washing of the word. Do you believe you be made clean with this word before anything else take place? Let's get some more.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Who he fear?
The eyes of men. And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret part.
See, and these men are only concerned about me. They're only worried about what a man thinks. Ain't worried about what the Most High thinks. And your freedom is if that man dies. That's your freedom. Or he gets sent to jail. It's so many people been caught up in seduction of strange doctrines that they pray for almost something to happen to an individual so they can be free from it, because they can't do it while he's free, so to speak, out in the streets. Right. They scared to put out a post just on Facebook. Just tell them what you believe, what you scared of. Oh, okay, I got it. You're going to talk tough when they get locked up. Okay. Or they dead. Yeah, I tried it there, nigga. I was going to bust his head the other day. Better be glad the death angel got him before I did.
And he's standing right.
Right. But tough talk, they fear men more than the Most High.
Sad.
And it just said the Most High seen all of the secret covenants you made together. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Explain that thing.
See, when we're talking about the sun.
I said that Casey Fields in the chat says 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Got question marks behind it.
Yeah, well, what that means is the sun is in its strength between 12 noon and 2 p.m. That's the time we were told not to go outside to play in the summertime. Y'all wait till it cool off or to look. It's so bright at this point, it's almost blinding.
Right.
This is the time of the sun, and what it say, in its strength. Its most power is about that time. And it says the Most High's righteousness is 10,000 times that. So that brightness at that time is multiplied times 10,000. See, because he ain't never compared himself to the sun. He just compares something that you can see with your carnal eyes, and then he multiplies that so you can say, I get that. So you saying the sun is a 50-watt bulb and the Most High is a 250,000 watt bulb.
Yeah.
That's what we saying.
That's right.
You understand? So he can see everything. There ain't no, you can't get away with that darkness you doing.
Ain't no dark spots.
Ain't no dark spots. The sun is always out. When you think it's night, the sun is out for the Most High. And look, Negroes will try to race the sun coming up, and it's just in its beginning, trying to get home from doing dirt. Racing the sun.
And never make it.
And never make it, because the speed of light is 187,000 miles per second. And you trying to race it in a Ford Fusion. If I just can get home before that.
By every light.
Boy, look here. Running over cats and dogs and slide into the driveway. And then all you see is a cigarette light up in the dark. Said they woke.
Where you been?
Yeah, where you been? Yes, sir.
And it's that calm.
Look here.
Where you been?
Been there, done that.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
He knows all things ever they were created.
Uh-huh.
So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city,
Uh-huh.
and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken.
Yes, sir.
Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband,
Uh-huh.
and bringeth in an heir by another.
So that's what it's saying. Got to be careful. You don't say this your baby Earl and his Willies and you married. It'd be a rough time. So he compares it to that. What that would be like. Go ahead.
For first she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And secondly, she has trespassed against her own husband.
Uh-huh.
And thirdly, she hath played the whore in adultery,
Uh-huh.
and brought children by another man.
See, that's rough. And that's what this gumbo doctrine does. It gets children by another man. You say you was married to this, then you go find you another God to be with, and then you produce children by that God. See, we have to look at this in a spiritual sense before we bring it down the corner. He'll bring it down the corner so we understand. You understand? We can see it with our eyes. But spiritually, this is what's being taken place. You're trying to have children. You're trying to conceive seed with another God and have children married to the Most High. Go ahead.
Actually, that's what you do when you speak out of that book, ain't it?
Absolutely, bro. You're trying to have children. You're trying to conceive. You're trying to find somebody to produce offspring for this doctrine. And you married to the Most High. That's what this book say. Now, well, them other books you dealing with, they may not be married to their followers. But this one right here say we in a covenant. Go ahead.
Verse 24. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children.
Uh-huh.
Her children shall not take root.
They shall not do what?
Shall not take root.
Uh-huh.
And her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Most High.
What is there nothing better than?
Than the fear of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Most High.
Nothing sweeter, y'all, than to take heed to the commandments. Y'all understand this? You can do all that tough talking you want, but if you can't look a man in the eye, you ain't tough at all. You just talking tough.
I had somebody do that to me at work. He mumbled some stuff when I had him do something.
Yeah.
And somebody came and told me, and when I asked him, he said, I don't know if I said it or not.
He said, I don't know if I said it or not.
damn
Look, you know what he asking is he want to say, is it recorded? You know.
Whoa. I ain't gonna tell you what I call it.
yeah, I know it. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 28.
Yeah.
It is a great glory to follow the Lord, and to be received of him is long life.
To receive of him is long life, y'all. That short booty doctrine, y'all, ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know why? Because they have men that's trapped that keep trying to call back home and say, can you explain? I can't explain. This is what I'm explaining to you. Get away from it. Don't play with them like your mama used to tell you, I don't want you playing with that boy. You understand what we're saying? I don't want you playing. Why? Why? I told you. I don't want you playing with that boy. And they go and play with that boy. Bring that boy here and try to bring him in our house. Then him and that boy ain't at odds with each other. Now you done went and got some more boys from somewhere. Then you start bringing in white boys and white girls, and I'm only using that as a term. I'm not saying particularly about a race. I'm just saying from the mindset of talking black power, and then you go do this. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Double-minded.
Like the brother, what was the movie where the brother was pro-black and
I'm gonna get you,
power.
Sucker. Yeah.
But he was married to the little white girl and the white.
Y'all ever seen that? Little Whitey.
My milk of
Yeah, little Whitey. When you talk about Abraham, look at this poisonous swine. Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We want 24?
Yes, sir.
Sirach chapter 24, verse 1.
Yeah.
Wisdom shall praise herself.
What's she gonna do?
Praise herself. And shall glory in the midst of her people.
Right.
In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High.
You see what wisdom said came from? Go ahead.
And covered the earth as a cloud. I dwelt in high places. And my throne is in a cloudy pillar.
Yes, sir.
I alone compassed the circuit of heaven and walked in the bottom of the deep, in the waves of the sea, and in all the earth, and in every people and nation. I got a possession. With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment.
See, the Most High give wisdom a commandment. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
And he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest. And said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. He created me from the beginning, before the world.
Before the what?
Before the world. And I shall never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion. Likewise in the beloved city he gave me rest, and in Jerusalem was my power. And I took root in an honorable people, even in the portion of the Most High's inheritance. I was exalted like cedar in Lebanon, and as a cypress tree upon the mountains of Hermon. I was exalted like a palm tree in Engedi, and as a rose plant in Jericho, as a fair olive tree in the pleasant field, and grew up as a plane tree by the water. I gave a sweet smell like cinnamon and aspalatus.
That's good, like.
And I yielded a pleasant odor like the best myrrh, as galbanum and onyx and sweet storax, and as the fume of frankincense in the tabernacle. As the turpentine tree, I stretched out my branches, and my branches are the branches of honor and grace.
What are those branches?
Honor and grace. As the vine brought I forth pleasant savor, and my flowers are the fruit of honor and riches. I am the mother of fair love.
What is she the mother of?
Fair love, and fear, and knowledge, and holy hope. I therefore, being eternal, and given to all my children which are named of him.
See, and that's what it's saying. The Holy Spirit is we're to look at it like a mother figure.
Yeah.
Close to your bosom. Because it's going to give you the wisdom of the Most High for your safety. Like a mother would. You understand what I'm saying? That comfort like a mother attack a grizzly bear.
A discerning spirit.
You see, like the one man throw this child, that raccoon came out, he took off running.
Right.
But the mother was battling that. She had the baby in one arm, was battling that raccoon.
Yeah.
And it always said like a mother hen that protects the chick.
Yeah.
Often heard OG Jeremiah say, I got a rich daddy and a pretty mama.
Yes, sir.
See, he's talking about the Father and the Holy Spirit. That's what he's saying, a rich daddy and a pretty mama, because wisdom will make your face to shine. Let's get some more.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Come unto me, all ye that be desirous of me, and fill yourselves with my fruit. For my memorial is sweeter than honey, and mine inheritance than the honeycomb. They that eat me shall yet be hungry, and they that drink me shall yet be thirsty. He that obeyeth me shall never be confounded, and they that work by me shall not do amiss.
So when it's saying she'll yet be hungry, that's like a flip on words. It's saying, technically it's saying they'll never be hungry. Right. Wisdom will find you a way to never be hungry. Like teach a man to fish and he can feed himself. Y'all know that tongue. Or you could try to feed him and say, wisdom gonna teach you how to fish to feed yourself.
Right.
You understand? So it'll be no confusion with you. Go ahead, bro.
23.
Yeah.
All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High.
Or the book
Elohim.
of the what?
Of the covenant of the Most High Elohim.
Even
the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregation of Jacob. Faint not to be strong in the Most High. That he may confirm you, cleave unto him.
Do what unto him?
Cleave unto him. For the Most High Almighty is Elohim alone. And besides him, there is no other Savior.
See, and this is what we're talking about, because besides him, there is none. They say, well, what about the Messiah? Y'all saying about the Messiah, what he's talking about is the Messiah was sent by the Father. So when you understand that, just like, give me that Isaiah 42, I believe. They like to run to this one, 42 and 8. Read that first, and then we're going to back it up to verse 1. Because, see, when people see this, they ain't understanding. The Messiah, when he's saying there's no other Savior, there won't be another Savior to come from the Most High but the Messiah. Right. There is no other Savior. And when you're talking about believing in him, you can't believe in the Father unless you believe in him. You understand? That's and right. If he sent him, then that's what he means. Yeah. You don't get to non-messianic your way out of this. Isaiah 42, is that it?
Isaiah chapter 42.
I just want you to read verse 8, and then we're going to start it back over at verse 1, because a lot of verse teachers try to do that to you. Just start at verse 8. Muslims will do this a lot when they try to throw you off the Bible. You know, they'll run to this real quick. Go ahead, what it say?
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 8.
Yeah.
I am the Lord. That is my name. And my glory will I not give to another. Neither my praise to a graven image.
Now let's back it up to verse 1 like we always supposed to do and be taught on how to read the word. Go ahead.
Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delights. I put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles.
So we know that ain't no physical individual here on this earth that's a sinner. Go ahead, to bring judgment to the Gentiles. Go ahead.
He shall not cry nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall not break, and the smoking flax shall not quench.
You're leaving out them he's. Go ahead.
And a smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth.
What he gonna bring forth judgment unto?
Unto truth. He shall not fail nor be discouraged till he have set judgment in the earth. And the isles shall wait for his law. Thus says God, the Elohim, he that created the heaven and stretched them out, he that spreaded forth the earth and that which cometh out of the and that which cometh out of it. He that giveth breath unto the people appointed, a spirit to them that walketh therein. I, the Elohim, have called thee a righteousness. In righteousness. And will hold mine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house.
So when you get to verse 8, he say, I'm not gonna give my glory to another that I gave in verse 1. See, ain't nobody gonna replace the Messiah. There's nobody else gonna get on the cross that we waiting for. The Antichrist is coming, y'all. He's gonna try to take that position. But the Most High say, I ain't giving my glory to another. That's why the Messiah said, Father, give me back the glory I had before the world was. This is who he's talking about, mine elect. So when you understand how he put things together, you can't have the Father unless you believe in the Son.
That's right.
And if you don't believe in the Son, you can't come nowhere close to the Father. He like, you know the steps to get to me. He say, all flesh is yours, ain't booty your son too. Get away from her.
He said booty.
Yeah. Get away from her. See, that's the type of games we have to be careful of. This book talks about, from Genesis to Revelation, the Messiah's in the volume of the book.
That's right. Put that Isaiah 48 with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Elijah. So y'all, when y'all read that, don't let them verse teach y'all. And I just did that to explain my salvation will not be to another, because it's who the Most High say you'll be saved through. Because you can't see me. Not in the wickedness y'all in. I'm going to send somebody to you. First, I'm going to send you people just like yourself, prophets. We don't want to hear them niggas. We don't want to hear them prophets. Okay, I tell you what, I'll send my son, maybe y'all listen to him. And they killed him. You understand? So he say, oh, okay, that's how y'all want to play. Let's get some more. Where we at? Sirach what?
We're in verse, we're back in Sirach 24.
Yeah.
And I'm at verse 20.
We down?
23.
Yeah.
I had 23 again.
Okay.
No, it's 24. 24. Yeah. 24. I hit it. 24. Sirach 24, verse 24. Faint not to be strong in the Most High.
Y'all see that? Faint not. Don't get tired to be strong in the Lord. How you going to get weak when you're trying to be strong in the Lord? How do you become weak? See, when you don't believe anymore, you become weak, and you believe any other doctrine. And you try to make that doctrine strong. You ever seen anything like that in your life?
Nah.
You make the devil's doctrine strong, and your leader was cast out, beat up, like a flash of lightning thrown out, and you believe he's the tough one. It's like somebody, a karate man, going up to the tough man and telling him, you killed my teacher. Wait a minute, what you doing here then? That was your teacher and he got handled. What you gonna do?
Right. You just a walk in the park.
Shit, boy, look here. Go ahead, bro.
Faint not to be strong in the Most High, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him.
Do what?
Cleave unto him. For the Most High Almighty is Elohim alone, and besides him there is no other Savior. He filleth all things with his wisdom, as Phison and as Tigris, in the time of the new fruits.
See, and that lets you know, even when we started off in this chapter, it was talking about wisdom was there before the earth was. So that's still somebody there, right, that he's not alone. He's saying, I came out of the mouth of the Most High. So y'all understand what it's saying here? You know, the Most High is the Almighty, what he is, but he has subjects that do his work for him.
Right.
When he get off the throne for to deal with his I guess he say his creation. He make something else create that, and go handle that. That's why I created you for. Go handle that. Take care of that for me. Get closer. Like Michael and Raphael and Uriel. Look, Lucifer out of control. Y'all go take care of that. You ain't never read where the Most High say, and I shall deal with Lucifer alone myself. He could have just destroyed him immediately.
Right.
If he wanted to.
But on each level, he's got armies, he's got elders,
Yeah.
he's got legions of angels,
Yeah.
he's got, man, come on now.
Man, he's a great king.
Y'all remember when they put
Ancient
Osama down? Barack wasn't in no Navy SEAL
No,
uniform, was it?
but
He
they
was
said
in the
he
war
did it.
room sitting like this, but who got all the
He
credit?
got the credit. He was watching it on the monitor.
He's sitting like this. He like, they finna get it.
Right.
They finna get it. And he get all the credit. Obama takes down, because guess what? It's his orders. Go get it.
Man, he's the king
Go
of
get
that
it.
nation for right now.
You know, where he said, well, every level of heaven is big armies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, I'm the captain of the host, the armies of the Lord. How you think these nations, why they build armies?
Right.
The same way they do it, exactly the same.
Right.
Everything's exactly what was written, because there ain't no other imagination out there. Everything is from how it was written. They just try to change it into their language.
Right.
And how y'all know this, I don't care what book or show y'all watch, the unbelievable or the undefined, you know what that William Shatner be in, what you know that one?
Mysteries of
Mystery.
unsolved.
You know what they always come back to when they get through with all their mysteries? There is one answer though.
The Bible.
Found in the Bible, in the book of Genesis. Every single time. But you know what the next thing out of their mouth? Their own interpretation right after that. They tell you where it's at. And then they give you their own interpretation of it.
But scientists
say right after saying it's the most powerful thing on earth. And look, when somebody talking noise about some other doctrine or something else, just ask them this. Well, put it in your timeline. What you mean? You just said Egypt was the greatest civilization on earth, and you just told me 3500 BC. What does the BC stand for? So you're counting time from the Messiah. And everything AD is counted after his death and resurrection. And you're trying to promote your doctrine with his timeline, birth and death and resurrection. That's how you trying to convince me that your book is number one, but you can't count from your own timeline.
That's what I asked the Muslim. I said, if your God was God, wouldn't time be measured by him?
It should be, shouldn't it?
He said, yeah, I never thought about
It
it.
should be 3,500. Look, it should be 3,500 MG. Moon God.
Right.
He said, MG.
Man, I'm telling you, 3,500 MG ago, boy, y'all, it was trouble.
That sounds like some strong drink.
Right. Go ahead,
That's
bro.
that rock good.
Yeah.
That
But that's all you have to say to him. Explain it to me without bringing Christ involved in it. He's in the volume of this.
right.
You can't get away from it. But they hoping you don't catch that. You just sit listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
You go downplay this and then need its timeline to prove your foolishness.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
He maketh the understanding to abound like the Euphrates, and as Jordan in the time of the harvest. He maketh the doctrine of knowledge appear as the light, and as Gion in the time of vengeance. The first man knew her not perfectly. No more shall the last find her out.
See, and that's talking about wisdom. It said the first man didn't know her perfectly like he should. He listened to his physical self.
Right.
The bone of bone and flesh of his flesh. He didn't listen to the wisdom that the Most High sent to him was speaking to him.
Right.
When he talked to him, that was wisdom. Okay, Adam, you need to do this next. He didn't want to listen to that. He wanted to listen to the flesh that came out of his body.
My wife said,
Yeah, right. And you ain't going to understand that until you read 2nd Enoch. 30 and 31, you're going to understand flesh of your flesh and bone of your bone. He said, I'm going to see what you do with what comes out of you. Because I made you in the image of me. Now let's see what you do with this. See if you're going to worship who created you or you're going to worship what you created. Go ahead.
I
No.
got one quick question. BC, before Christ, they trying to come up with a new one now. BCE.
Yeah, before the common era. It's still, look, it's still before the common era. It's still based off of Christ's birth.
Right.
When Herod took him down,
Right.
so to speak, or killed all the children. That's still the timeline where they start.
Yeah, because if you look it up, that's where it's gonna start.
It's gonna start there. AD gonna always start with like the council of Nicaea. AD what? 32 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's counting after Christ's death and resurrection.
Yep.
They playing with mind.
They're mind games they try to play with you, but the bottom line is he's saying, I'm showing it to you right in your face. Look at what they have to do.
Right, and see, that's what Satan's ace in the hole is, word etymology.
Yeah.
Right. Is get you to trip off words, not the meanings or the context of those words.
Yes, sir.
Verse 28.
Yeah.
The first man knew her not perfectly. No more shall the last find her out.
Uh-huh.
For her thoughts are more than the sea, and her counsels profounder than the great deep. I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into a garden.
Uh-huh.
I said, I will water my best garden, and will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea.
And this is what happened in the garden, the best garden. They say the rivers flow from the garden, and all the rivers flow into the sea. Yet the sea is not full. So you have to understand that was wisdom. That's how it would have flowed. That's how he was supposed to till the ground with that wisdom like that, because it's like that. It's like the mother figure of the Most High. No, it ain't saying it's his wife or nothing like that. They ain't never said that in one breath yet. Not one. It ain't never said no way. But it wants you to look at wisdom like that's something you hold close and dear to you. Because if your mother get out with you, you pretty much done with the family.
Yeah.
If your mama say, don't you bring your rotten ass back around here, you pretty much ain't invited nowhere else. And I'm telling you, all these new booty doctrines, all of these boys that run in this game, they done been told that don't you bring your rotten ass back here. You can't call them when you in trouble. You know, and you watch First 48. Them road criminals still call. Get a call on my mama first. See, because they know that's the last hope on this planet for them. On this planet for them is their mama.
And the mama, or even if it's a standoff, they gonna get the mama.
Yeah.
Because mama is 9 times out of 10 the only one that's gonna be able to talk some sense.
You put that gun down, Willie, and come on out of there. I'm sorry, mama. If you look at wisdom like that,
because the mother is
she's gonna be a pretty mama to you. You understand? Go ahead, bro.
Your mother is your first teacher.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So wisdom has to be your first teacher. And like he said, that wisdom is supposed to have been Adam's first teacher.
Yeah.
You know, the Most High gave her the commandment to teach Adam.
Yeah.
And Adam didn't regard her like the mother as he should.
Yeah. He was calling his wife mama. Hey, mama.
My wife said.
Yeah, my wife said. My mama, that's my mama. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about in Proverbs 8, it talks about wisdom too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it goes down, and then in 22nd, it talks about John 1:1.
Yeah.
Because he answered, and in the beginning was the word was God, and the word was God. And then he said, I was there.
Yes, sir.
Same
Yes,
thing
sir.
with wisdom.
Yes, sir.
He was there.
It was that. There's 3 that bear record in heaven.
Yeah.
When you understand that clearly, it's hard to get shook off your foundation, y'all. We just have to endure it to the end. These Negroes ain't coming up with nothing new. This old Satan talk. You can dig this up. Look like you can dig it up. They just got hold to it because they're on the dark side. So they're going deeper trying to find another route. But want to keep one foot in and still try to quote the scripture like this boy. Yeah, quiet, I just think your Messiah's made up to me. Quiet. And then 2 seconds later, well, you know, like one thing I can say what was expressed in Matthew 4:4 when the Messiah, I say, wait a minute. You just said I think he made up and now you're going to quote me Matthew 4:4 hoping that lifts you up just a bit while I'm deceiving you. That's the whole thing. Make you feel like I'm enlightening you while I'm deceiving you. Don't that rabbit taste like chicken? Come on now. Come on now. What? Eat that piece of chicken now. Eat this rabbit again. And they ain't both them the same to you. Come on now, man. See, you just playing around with me. No, I ain't playing around with you. This tastes like chicken. And that tastes like what you say is rabbit. And for those who ate both, the only thing the texture is the way how you prepare them. But you can make yourself think rabbit tastes like chicken, but it don't.
Don't even look like a chicken.
It don't. I mean, when they cut it off, I done seen rabbit cook and they try to make it look like, chicken thighs or something like that. Yeah, well, if you don't know the bone, hell, they say frog tastes like chicken. And you look at a frog leg, you're like, this is different from a wing. This a wing. And that's a leg. And you saying they taste like chicken? And frog legs are kick on the plate. Kick all your rice off the plate.
The frog leg still got the booty on it.
No. Let's read some more, y'all. Let's get caught up. Go ahead, bro. But y'all, that's the trickery of trying to make you believe a doctrine that says you will be a servant to the white man forever, and you're saying what's the best for our people. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? It says that in there, the seasoning you got is lunacy.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make you believe lunacy seasoning is the best. Taste it again. Taste it again. I'm telling you, taste it again. I don't care how you taste cold duck mixed with R&R. It ain't gonna never taste like Hennessy.
Cold duck and R&R.
Ain't gonna never taste it again. Taste it again.
You can't have that much imagination.
You crashing out.
Let's get some more. Yeah, they don't know about that cold duck.
Verse 32.
That's what you be laying like a cold duck out in the cold, boy.
Out cold.
Yes. Out cold. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. 32.
Yeah.
I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off.
And see, y'all, all of this was what was taking place before the world was, before the sun and moon were created on the fourth day. That's why you can't even get into sun worship. Fourth day, we got a light we got to deal with for 3 days before the sun and the moon and the stars were created.
Yeah.
What is that light? What is that enlightenment?
Right.
Same thing when they say when the kingdom come back in the new city in Jerusalem, there's no need for the sun or the moon.
For the Most High.
Most High and the Lamb are the light of it. It says, and the Lamb.
1,000 times brighter.
You can't beat the sun home with that because ain't no darkness for you to be racing against.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 33.
Yeah.
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy. And leave it to all ages forever.
Where you gonna leave it to?
All ages forever.
See, doctrine like prophecy. See, this doctrine is like prophecy. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It tells you the beginning, the present, and the future. This doctrine is like prophecy. It's the only one on earth like this. Ain't no other doctrine out there talking about because they make up their own judgments. Oh, well, God don't care nothing about you doing that. He wouldn't have created you for your hands if they weren't for stealing.
You only got to keep the moral up.
Boy, look here. All of that, you hear it all.
What is the moral law?
Ain't crystals in the Bible? Yes. So is the devil.
Right.
Let's get some more. Finish that. We're going right into 25. This is going to tie into that Amos 3:3. Y'all, we just had to establish what makes you walk together. When all of us understand wisdom given to the Most High is not given to one individual, it's for those that stand firm on the word. He said, you deserve this spirit on you. You deserve to preach forth my word from how it was written from the foundation, from its brightness 10,000 times the sun, not from darkness. Darkness make you can't look a man in the eye, make you look down like this. Darkness does when you talking about your doctrine. See, when you talking about this gospel from Genesis to Revelation, I don't care who it is. When they know you firm and 10 toes down and you messianic to the bone, when you say to the bone, they can't look at you in the eye. You see them at Home Depot, they cut down the plumbing aisle. Go ahead, bro.
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only.
For my what?
Myself only. But for all them that seek wisdom.
So y'all see that? Not for myself only. When you hear an individual saying it's been given to me only, that's a problem. And you go chasing that, you're now into full-fledged man worship. And that man worship is more dangerous than COVID, the Black Plague, the measles and mumps at the same time. It's worse than all of that. Chapter 25.
Chapter 25, verse 1.
Yeah.
In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before Elohim and me. The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity
Not
of brethren.
Not unity, the unity. That means coming together under one common mindset, one doctrine. That's unity. Go ahead.
The love of neighbors. A man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that do what?
Agree together.
See, when we're talking about agreeing together, what we're talking about is agreeing together. That don't mean aligning her. Shut up, heifer, do what I tell you. Do what I tell you. Well, she ain't agreeing
She don't agree with you.
At this point.
She trying to get the hell up out of there.
And it tells you if this is the problem, then this the route you take if you can't have agreement together. But he said there's nothing that I love more than that bond and that union like that. And truly that people can see what one flesh is about.
That's a matter.
That's one flesh united under Christ.
Under Christ. You understand what we're saying? Because it ain't going to turn on the other individual. But if that individual have not been doing what he's supposed to do, then the government know how to break that one flesh.
Yeah.
Now, we can't force you to testify against your husband, Earl, but
look at these pictures.
You and I know he's the biggest dope dealer. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. You're right. We can't force you to testify. Do you know they can't force married couples to testify on each other?
No.
Because there's still one individual. Yeah. So next what they do, so you think that you're the only one, do you?
Is that you in the bed?
Is that Earl right there? And look, he hugged up with some woman and his lips are shaped like he's saying, how much? She read his lips from a steel portrait line.
It's in the house. It's in the how mode.
Yeah. How? And she say that black bastard. Yeah, the dope under the doghouse. The money over there.
Nothing like a woman's scorn.
Boy. And that's why he say the degree. That's why when you get into 1 Corinthians 7, it say, if they be pleased not to dwell with you, not held under bondage, you can't make anybody force anybody and say, God told me to tell it to you like that. And then you disobeying your husband. You understand what I'm saying?
For real.
I'm supposed to treat you like the Lord. Well, how are you treating the Lord? You're saying his words are tampered with. But you want her words to be pure. Let's read some more.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
3 sorts of men my soul hated.
Let's understand these 3 sorts so that we don't become any of these sorts. Go ahead.
And I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud.
The poor man that is proud, y'all. Y'all know what that means? That means a clout chaser. A poor man that is proud. And what this means is you're talking noise. If we go in a spiritual sense, You're poor in spirit and nature, but yet you're proud about following a gumbo doctrine. You're proud. You stand out with your chest out. You start doing things like boom, pow, like you're really doing something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A poor man that is proud. And then if we drop it down to flesh, an individual that's riding around, got all his wealth in his pocket. Mm-hmm. Got his whole paycheck in there, including the rent money. That's part of that money that's in his pocket. And he flashing at the club.
Outside.
And he got on borrowed shoes and he talking noise. A poor man's pride. Go ahead, bro. What you got to say?
Gave you a good example of that video Jacob showed, the girl outside the check cashing place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Flashing that money. Poor man being proud. Walk by, man, and I'm talking about I ain't never seen nobody grab a wad of cash. Look, she didn't even get to fold it back in. Them hands was big as a first baseman bit. They grabbed it while it was fanned out like that. And then she hollered, he took my money. Well, you talking to the internet.
He long gone.
Said, look, when she took that seatbelt off and unlocked the door, he was turning the corner with number smoke vapors right there. Go ahead, bro.
3 sorts of men my soul hated.
Yeah.
And I'm greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud. A rich man that is a liar.
Trump.
And an old adulterer that doted.
An old adulterer that doted. You 80 years old up in the club.
Come here, girl.
Come here, girl. You know, is you a skeezer? They say, what did he say?
Young tender.
Skeezer. You better get your old ass out of here. Skeezer.
What's your name, man?
What your name is? I'm talking about pocket loaded with Viagra like plain M&M's. What he gonna think? An old fool that doted. Give me doted, Zeb, so we can get the good understanding of what that means. Yeah.
He just
chewing them. You're talking and they come falling out of his mouth at the same time.
Hey, Daddy.
No, yeah. Shaking them up like sunflowers.
That ain't gonna be in the emergency room.
Yeah, don't know the lingo, nerd. You want to slow down, skis? What did he call you, girl?
My girl said, get one of them sodas up in the trunk.
Yeah, get one of them sodas. Yeah.
He said in the trunk.
Go ahead.
One of them sodas, girl.
All the hair dyed black except for the secret place. And you trying to fool somebody. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
They're going to be laughing too hard.
Yeah, D-O-A-T-E-T-H. Y'all, the Most High say, my soul hated these things. Because you got to be your age. And what all it's saying is that a 50-year-old, hold on, hold that laugh. Because I want to laugh too, man. Hold on. See, it's like a man that's 50 years old that always talks about when he was 25, he's lost 25 years of life. He should be talking about up to 50. And what happens at 50 and what I look forward to. Boy, when I was 25, you ain't gonna never be 25 again. Ever. Go ahead.
Doted. To be delirious.
Go ahead.
To have the intellect impaired by age, so that thy mind wanders or wavers. To be silly.
Oh, silly.
Yeah.
Time has made you dote.
Oh, man.
A vainly tale of arms.
Let's read that again, Elisha. Let's read them 3 again. Chapter verse 2.
Woo. Boy. All right, verse 2. Three sorts of men my soul hated, and I am greatly offended at their life.
The Most High say he's offended.
At their life.
Right. That's crazy.
Meaning their whole life is in vain.
Mm-hmm.
Worthless. A poor man that is proud. A rich man that is a liar. And an old adulterer that doteth. If thou hast gathered nothing in thy youth, how canst thou find anything in thine age? Or how comely a thing is judgment for gray hair, and for the ancient men to know counsel.
See, that's the difference in the old fool that doted versus verse 4. How comely is the wisdom of old men, and understanding and counsel to men of honor. Y'all see the difference? That there's a major difference in it. When he talking about it, he's like, yeah, y'all, I was 25, young man. I know what you're going through. I know what you're talking about, young man. But if you want to get in the car with him, where we going, young man? Going to get some skeezers? And he just sitting, waiting, can't wait. He just in the car seat, like, man, put your seatbelt on. We gonna get that. Yeah, we gonna get that. Yeah, just rock.
Another part of the definition.
Yeah, you think I can put some Bengay on my knee? You think they gonna smell that? Can them skeezers smell Bengay? You go ahead, bro.
Another part of it is to be excessively in love.
Oh, no. Woo.
He ain't even seen it yet.
Yeah. He ready to spend all his pay.
Boy.
Hey, brother Dad.
Yes, sir.
I heard a young lady tell a man one day, "Get away from me, smell like mothballs and pee."
Boy, look, boy, smelling like mothballs and pee.
Oh, no.
Boy, that ought to send you home.
He can't dote it.
That ought to send you home. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Okay, verse 5. Oh, how comely is the wisdom of old men, and understanding and counsel to men of power. Much experience is the crown of old men.
Right.
And the fear of Elohim is their glory.
What's their glory?
The fear of Elohim.
Because they're talking about how I got to this age with all the foolishness that I was doing when I was young.
That's right.
Go ahead.
There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children.
Yes, sir.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
Yes.
Well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding.
Of what?
A wife of understanding. And that hath not slipped with his tongue. And that hath not served a man more unworthy than himself.
And that's the problem right there, serving a man more unworthy than yourself. You get up and go to work every day. You get up and do this, and you got an individual that's slumming around on you and ain't doing nothing and giving you orders.
Oh, picking up your check.
Oh, no.
You signed it
You want to get
to
your
him.
check?
Boy, the countenance of a man's faith changes.
The joy of his children, y'all. You know, and that's when your children gather around.
Yeah.
And they tell you, I didn't understand it when you was putting them licks on me, but I understand it now. It made me a better man.
Then you pop them again.
Yes, sir. Just for good measure. So they don't fall off. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Well is him that hath found prudence. And he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom. Yet is there none above him that feareth the Most High.
And this is when you understand, too, of why he keeps saying this is like the man that findeth the wife findeth a good thing. So you have to be technically married to wisdom first. And then your wife, because look, this ain't no order. Do what I say and don't do nothing else. The Most High ain't do us like that as men. He ain't recorded nowhere he say, do what I say and you better do it right now or I'm going to do this. He ain't never said that. But you have them men trying to make a woman believe that that's what the deal is, and they ain't understanding how the Bible is structured. It said there's a hierarchy. There's the father, and he gives his word to the son, and the son gives his word to man, and man gives it to his wife. If there's no husband, then the son gives it to that woman or her father in her household. If it be none, then that's where it's at. And it goes on down. But it ain't no structure the other way. And then it says when a man and a woman come together, you may find out situations that where you have to listen to what she's saying. It says a man and a wife that agree. Yes, if you pawn the TV to pay the cable bill, she needs to pay the bills. Because you still ain't watching TV. You understand? You have to let loose. You know when you know you have to let loose.
Right. Right. You know you're bad at paying bills.
If you keep cooking and ain't wash food off, it's a problem. Don't tell me how to cook, woman. You get in there and do something else. I know how to cook. You know how to cook. You supposed to rinse meat off, ain't you, Elijah?
Well, I hope you do. You better.
That blood ain't gonna taste like nothing but hot sauce. No, I know what I'm doing. So
no, you don't.
You agree together. So what I'm talking about, the hierarchy, when it comes down to the well-being of the household, the final decision, because the man gonna get it regardless. If somebody break in the house and harm anybody, where was he at? They don't say where was she at.
No. Yeah.
I don't care even if she's taking over the household and in full Jezebel mode, they're gonna still say, where was he at? And she gonna be right along with him. Girl, I don't know what he was doing, just laying up that street, hiding under them covers when they were beating on that front door. And then I had to go open and they bum rush me. You know, so there's a position that you ain't gonna never get in. So for the well-being of the house, it can never drop below 51% for the man. And 49 is her highest well. I'm talking about for the well-being of the household. 51, 49. 50-50 is what? Roommates. So now, each individual have 50-50 that they do. Unto the wife, I say do this. And to the husband, I say do this. That's 50-50 that come together as 100. But they're still the head of the household. You cannot get past it. You cannot equal it out. The only parts that are equal is each individual part that they're supposed to do in the marriage.
Yeah.
If we do exactly what Christ do, he's still over us, ain't he?
Yep.
We can't water him down like these knuckleheads doing that. Oh, he was a good brother. He taught some things. No, that's how you feel about the man that never sinned once. That's how you feel. He just like us. That's how you feel. Then you need to find him doing what you've been doing. Let's get some up. We ain't got long, y'all.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
But the love of the Most High passeth all things for illumination. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me. And any revenge, but the revenge of enemies.
So when you talk about wickedness, see, this is what we're talking about. To get married and know that, and you say it to yourself, the whole time you teaching, women are wicked for life. The Bible ain't never said that. It's naming a wicked woman like it may say a wicked man. But to say they're wicked and still get married, how you gonna do Amos 3:3?
That's your portion.
How you gonna do the beginning of Sirach, a man and a woman that agree? When you starting off the top, she's offspring of the devil, but I'm gonna marry her.
But that's your portion. Because you're a wicked man.
Right. And I understand what you're saying, Elisha, but I'm just saying, just even before you get started, to convince everybody else, you might well just say, hey, y'all, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get married to this wicked woman. Oh, you dog, you gonna marry a wicked woman?
Well, see, the thing is,
yeah, dog, we gonna do it upright.
But see, the thing is, man, they don't talk about her wickedness until after the fact. So after something goes left that they don't like.
Right. But
they ain't gonna. But they still now they might secretly marry her, but they ain't gonna tell their boys they finna marry this wicked woman.
Yeah.
They gonna do it secretly because their boys gonna pound them out about it. Because 9 times out of 10, their boys have already been with.
Oh boy. So they can't.
So that's why they do it secretly.
Yeah.
And that's why the divorce is more openly with the crayon divorces than it is the marriage.
Yes, sir.
There's never a marriage. There's a crayon written divorcement.
Yeah.
Because after the fact, because at that point they're revealing all the secret things anyway.
Yeah.
And then the other men come forth and say, "Yeah, I had it too. This is why she's wicked."
Yeah.
So they all come and they pulled the adulterous woman without the man being there ready to stone her.
Yeah.
So all the brothers ready to stone her, and half of them have been with her.
Yeah. Ready to put the rocks on her head.
Yep.
See, y'all, this is what we're talking about when he says, the things I love, a man and a wife that agree together. Whether, if he say, well, look, I understand that that's the way we're going to route, but over here, we got to make sure that this going to be covered over here for the children. I know that seems good right here, right now, but we got to look down this end road because that's going to be the best decision for the household. You understand? We got to do it from there. Okay, I understand what you're saying right there, but it sure would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice. But we're going to get to this point right here. And we got to make sure it's still nice when we get to this point. No quick fix.
Right.
No what we call, what do you call that when you just fly from the seat of your pants, making quick decisions, like impulse buying.
Impulse.
No impulse buying with this right here. And that's all we're talking about, that sometimes knowledge is everything, but the Most High gonna never put you in a position where you can't listen to good understanding, even if it's coming from what the script would call the weaker vessel. You have to know and understand that that's a wise decision because she's there to watch your back like that.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, she's gonna see things that you oversee.
That you overlooking.
You're not even paying attention.
You ain't paying attention to it.
Because a lot of times she'll see the falsity in a lot of your so-called friends.
Yeah.
She'll see who's true and who ain't.
Yeah.
And tell you, girl, you don't know nothing about them. They've been my homies for years.
Yeah.
Well, your homie been lying for years.
Yeah. Oh, he wasn't lying about that. He just didn't want to get in trouble.
And
It's
then
the
when
same,
something happens,
it's the same thing. Yeah, so it was
right.
right. And vice versa. But what it comes down to, agree together, we agree on the word. When we get down to what the scriptures say about this, what we supposed to do now.
Yeah.
And then that's where you agree together. Well, it's in there because this bigger than me and you.
That's right.
So even if I keep saying no to you, I got to say yeah to this. Because if I say no to this, then I'm in trouble by myself now. So it's still going to come back to who has, like we were saying, the 51%. But now you got men talking about they can set their own judgment day and what they going to do for judgment. Nah, I ain't going to worry about that. I'll be back in my next lifetime and I'll deal with some things like that on, when I come back again, I'll be better at that. This is the doctrines that's flying out here, y'all. No accountability. Let's get some more.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
There's no head above the head of a serpent.
So there ain't no doctrine out here that's new, that's above Lucifer transgressing in the heavens. There's nothing out there beyond that. Because I don't care what writings you get, it ain't a scripture or right nowhere to say, and he deceived the devil. And he pulled the power move. It ain't nothing out there. Like Ezekiel 1:28 say, Ezekiel, what is it? 14:28 to say, pride was found in you. Iniquity came from within. Didn't nobody even entice you. You just felt that because I created you so beautiful, you expect more from me because of your beauty. You expect me to look at them because they don't shine like you. I look at them differently. And that's the same doctrine Lucifer teach today. That's why ain't no head above the serpent. And that's what men do today. They beautify themselves, uplifting themselves with names of God.
Look at me.
And say, I'm shining so bright and y'all still in darkness. Look at me. And you know, well, I know he done had them same jeans on for a week because I can see the iron stains in them. And you still believe it that he's greater than you. And you watch them do like this after wearing them 2 weeks in the summertime. Smell it, they still, I got one more day.
Nasty boy.
And when you iron sweaty jeans, you know what funk come up through them. While you iron, you be like, wait a minute.
Oh my God. No.
I got about 3 more days in these.
Say I got 3 more days.
Go ahead, bro.
It's over.
Oh boy. There is no head above the head of a serpent.
Yeah.
And there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy.
Yeah.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
Uh-huh.
The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
Uh-huh.
Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
And I want y'all to understand that, because it's only saying, it's not talking about the woman, it's saying the wickedness, meaning that I can't overpower you. So I'm going to go to the dark side on you more than you can ever think, because you won't be suspecting, because you know I can't really challenge you physically. I can't really do this, so I'm going to go get the dark side on your ass. And then that's going to take me to another level, like Jezebel did Ahab, who was the king of Israel. But she got her own prophets. False prophets, it say. Drum up charges and give him the desire of his heart. You want a man's land that's an inheritance of his father? You know what the law say. You can't take that man's land. His father gave him that. I don't care because olive trees go pleasant and you the king. You can't take that man's land. And she tell him, you sitting up here crying and you the king of Israel. She's my false prophets. Go out there and drum up something on this man. They came back. Yeah, we seen him here. No good, nigga. Yeah, we seen it. And they went for it. And they took and killed that man and brought the deed back. And she told Ahab, here, man, here that deed is, whining and crying all the damn time. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby.
Noodles.
That's what it's talking about, a wicked woman, when she's taking on the spiritual dark side to make her stronger than her man. That's what it's talking about, but it's not talking about a mother. It can't be talking about that when it talks about the man that findeth a wife, findeth a what? You can't have them both in the same sentence. It just don't work that way. It's telling you that the difference when weak becomes powerful. It's only going to be 2 ways. It's going to be with the help of the Lord or the wickedness of the devil. And that's usually what it's talking about. They've taken on devil practices. But they're not wicked if they tell you how long you going to keep eating up all the baby cereal and ain't going to go get no job. Now, you got applications stacked up like a phone book. Talking about I'm waiting on them to call me again.
But none feel
You gotta fill it out first.
Yeah. The only thing on it is Earl Johnson. That's it. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Put address, he said, around the corner.
Yeah, around the corner. And it got sex and got M or F, and he talking about hell yeah. No, it don't mean that. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, man.
We gonna stop now. Go ahead. Bro, where you at, Lice?
Whew, boy. 20.
Look, he say marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. So how can you listen to a doctrine that automatically puts them below the totem pole? Then that means that you're already set up to fail with that doctrine. Do you understand? Yes, and this is what, but look, if they practice it on that level, they move up. And this is what I'm saying. They feel that way about the husband that they married to, the father. They feel the same way. Yo, God, my husband is wicked. Look at them laws in the Bible. He's a baby killer. He's these type of things. To say he's a baby killer and lying when Isaac was 37 years old. Is that a baby? Y'all know any babies at 37 years old? Now, a mama may still call that's my baby, but that's a grown man. And the Messiah, 33 and a half years old. Is that a baby? Both are capable of making their own decisions, right?
And both was willing to put themselves down.
So, and that's what I'm talking about. That your God is wicked. It's the same thing. A wicked woman, your God. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But they have to drum up false charges and make you think. So what's going through your mind is just an infant in swaddling clothes. Go sacrifice it. See, that's Molech. That's the teachings of Molech that they're trying to say is coming out of the Bible. Most High ain't never said that to no baby, go kill a baby. He said, if you touch a child, it's better you tie a millstone around your neck. And then he'll tell you to kill a child. Isaac would have never been weaned if that was the case. Abraham would have never threw a celebration for him getting off of the mother's milk. If that was the case, that would have been the baby that he'd have told him right there, now go sacrifice it. Right after this party you throwing. 37 years old. What time is it? 3:47. If we can we just hit that real quick? I just need to hit that. Jazz, it was that 20, 42, and 21. I just want to hit that. Hold on. It's 20, or maybe 20, 22. Just so we get some understanding, y'all, and y'all quit falling for that baby killer stuff. They like to do that. They like to make you think that somebody is up to no good. What did I say? 22. I mentioned it last. Isaac born. Okay. Okay.
Chapter 23.
23, that's what I want, Elisha. You know what I want. We're going to start about verse, 41? Yeah, 23 and 41 of Sirach. No, Elisha, that may be 22. That's 20. Jackson, that may be 22, Elisha. I think it's 22 and 41.
Abraham commanded to offer of Isaac in the land of Moriah.
Yeah.
That's in chapter 23.
It's 23? Where my 23 start? Okay. Well, go ahead. No, boy, you sure?
Yeah, that's what my table of contents says.
Well, let's get it. Where is that? What y'all see? See, got my 23 over here in verse 1.
I'm looking at 23 and 44 and 40. It says, and Abraham went with Isaac towards the place that.
No, I'm talking about what 22 and 41 say.
22, 41. 22, 41, and when Isaac was 30.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
Okay.
Let's get that. 22 and 41.
When he's actually going.
Yeah. See, because this is the conversation before Abraham offered him up.
Okay.
The Most High heard Isaac telling Ishmael this. You understand? Before Abraham was ever given that command. Go ahead. What did it say? 22 and 41.
Yeah. And when Isaac was 37 years old.
Yeah.
Ishmael, his brother, was going about with him in the tent.
So they having a discussion. They debating. They hot talking. Go ahead.
And Ishmael boasted of himself to Isaac, saying, I was 13 years old when the Most High spake to my father to circumcise us. And I did according to the word of the Most High, which he spoke to my father. And I gave my soul unto the Most High. I did not transgress his word, which he commanded my father.
And you hear how he said, you see how he talking? He said, look, I was 13 years old, player. This go way back. So if he's 13 years older than Isaac, that makes Ishmael what? 37, that make it 47, 50. Plus 3, 50. He 50 at this time, talking noise. He's truly an old fool that doteth at this point. Go ahead, what else it say?
And Isaac answered Ishmael.
What Isaac do?
Answered Ishmael, saying, why dost thou boast to me about this? About a little bit of thy flesh which thou didst take from the body, concerning which the Most High commanded thee. As the Most High liveth, the Elohim of my father Abraham, if the Most High should say unto my father, take now thy son Isaac and bring him up an offering before me, I would not refrain, but I would joyfully accede to it.
Now let's read that verse 45.
And the Most High heard the word that Isaac spoke to Ishmael, and it seemed good in the sight of the Most High. And he thought to try Abraham in this matter.
Don't y'all understand? Y'all see that clearly? That was Isaac said that. And these Negroes trying to make you think our God is a baby killer. How old did it start off? He said he was Isaac.
35.
37.
37, I'm sorry.
A baby killer? Right. Baby killer? Right. See, most people, when they hear that, they think of an infant. And every movie you see is an infant. What baby you know carried his own wood?
And laid down.
And laid down a toddler.
Come on,
he got a sippy cup in his hand and sacrifice wood in this one.
Right.
But that's the deception and the slick lips.
But you also, if you read that whole chapter, you'll see that Satan went to the Most High to ask him to tempt Abraham like he did Job.
Yes, sir. That's the next verse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's get some more, y'all. We ain't got long.
Going back to Sirach.
Yeah. Did we finish that up?
No.
Okay.
Back in 19.
You in verse 20.
I didn't finish 19.
Okay, 19. Go ahead.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
See that? It say stumble not at the beauty, and it say desire her not for pleasure. That's like seeing a very beautiful woman and saying, boy, I sure like to go where they leave the lights on with her. Motel, because I see some of y'all, you know, where they leave the lights on from what I heard. Yeah, you know. So it says stumble not at the beauty. And if that's the first thing come to your mind, instead of saying, I really like to get to know her and her people, where she come from, and let her meet my mom and dad, like Jacob met Rachel. And worked for 20 years, 7 off the top, but he, because of his past crime with his daddy Isaac, he had to end up doing another 13 years or whatever it was, another 7 and then 6 more, a 20 ball. But his whole desire was for her from the perspective of with no lust.
Like Tobias.
Like Tobias said when they was married, when they wrote their vows, I take her not for lust. Right. And we're going to obey the commandments of the Lord. Do you agree? She said, yes, I agree. And that demon was run off, especially after following the instructions how to run the demon off. That wouldn't let no man get close to her. So y'all understand what we're saying is just when they start throwing out that wicked, then there's already a portion of something going on to meet you. It says as a portion. It says only a portion for you. It didn't say the whole ball of wax. Just enough to show you yourself in the mirror. Just enough to show you yourself in the mirror. Just that portion. You're going to get this because that's how you plan me. That's what the Most High say. You doing me like that. Let's get some more.
Recompense back in your
Yes, sir.
Verse 23.
Oh, we got contradiction, though, Elijah, when he said it's a good thing if a man find a wife. The bed is undefiled. You know, a man and his wife, I love that they agree together. You can't then just say every woman was created wicked. It don't make sense. It only makes sense to the wicked.
That's your portion.
Verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband.
If she do what?
Maintain her husband. Is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
And we're talking about maintaining.
Yes, sir.
You know, got the same pair of drawers I've been wearing since last year. You know.
Yeah, I know. I smell it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Miss Johnson been asking you to cut her grass and whatever. You could have made enough to go get your 3-pack of drawers at Family Dollar. Right. You could have did that. Maintaining means is supplying all of his manly duties. You understand what I'm saying? All of his men do. Like, you hear these Negroes, I got them, they cashing me out, dog. They cash me out. So now they're an ATM. You look at them as a cash outer. So now the roles have reversed.
Right.
The punishments of Genesis 3:16 and 17.
She paying for everything.
It says you're supposed to work from the sweat of your brow. You know, so how is it now switch? She cashing you out. Yeah, dog, that's what it is. Cashing us out.
You boast about it?
If she maintains. And we're not talking about a man falling on hard times and they come together like in the book of Tobit again, in Nineveh in captivity, where he couldn't find no more work. But he had a partner that owed him some money, and they say it was worth about $300,000. That's what he sent Tobias to go get that money to bring back. And it say in the meantime, it says his wife took menial work. And she went to work cleaning houses. And she cleaned so good because she was doing it to help out her household. They gave her a goat. And when she came home, he like, now wait a minute. What else you been cleaning? A goat for cleaning and washing dishes? Now wait a minute. She like, man, don't you ever think of me like that. Don't you ever twist your lips to think of me like that. You're like, baby, I'm sorry. Just a goat though. Well, y'all get into that. Boy, look here. Milk and food.
Cheese.
Boy, look at cheese.
Right.
So y'all, from that perspective, from that perspective, you have to understand his response to that, how he responded to her for calling her out like that. You like, she said, so what is a helpmeet then? So you get out of work, what I'm supposed to do? When you gonna find something else to do? Or do like a helpmeet. I'm gonna help you meet where we at till you get that change that's coming back. Y'all understand? Yes, that ain't hard, is it? But to listen to doctrine that you go in the gate thinking that, then every time I see you with your woman, I'm like, look at him with this wicked heifer. And you with your wicked heifer. And you with your wicked heifer. And me with my wicked heifer. Let's party, y'all. Order cold up for everybody.
That's part of the problem right there. That's part of the problem right there. That order and cold up. Got all y'all acting wicked.
No.
Where you in, Elijah?
Verse 23.
Yeah.
A wicked woman abateth the courage,
Yes, sir.
maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Y'all say in distress. You understand that? He already got enough on his shoulders, and then you talking noise.
Make him want to not come.
Boy, look here. See, and this is what we're talking about. But all of those things are, like I say, a portion or different things. But it's saying that this is something that's been added to a woman. She wasn't born with this. It's just a option that she took. That where we at. It's almost like this, like David Koresh. When this one, y'all can see it now, this woman still believed, like we read over the woman that have a baby by another man and she married. This woman, David Koresh, said, she needs to be my bride, but she married to me. Well, you're married to me, and this how we get down. So he walked his wife to David Koresh's door, and he closed the door, just, hey, how you doing? Good night, and closed the door on him. He's standing there for a minute. But he don't want to hear the box string symphony, so he leave, you know. So then when she had a baby, she asked him, you want to see the baby? No, I don't want to see that damn baby. She like, you took me to his room. So I'm the wicked one and you took me to his room. Y'all understand? So that's the mindset. That's a wicked man believing another man could do that. And then when you start having these camps and different individuals that start picking women for men. No, she too good for you. I'm going to give her to him. And that's what these Negroes are doing. And I'm going to sit all the women on this side and sit all the men on that side like that going to solve something. Why he picking over here? Wow. He picking and you over there. And the script say don't ever separate under no circumstances. Let no man tear asunder. You done let him put her on that side, you on that side. And then it's saying today, brethren, the women will be going for a special class today. on drawers room. Working in the garden. And then you ask them what script you got. Ain't no script. It's my script. That's what was said. That's what was said by these old sloppy candidates. It ain't no scripture. It's my scripture. Let's get some more.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin. And through her we all die.
Right.
Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go.
See, and it says the wickedness came because that was the first sin, but it wasn't from Adam. Adam listened to her. She only did what she was allowed. No, man, that ain't what's happening. That ain't what's happening, player. This the real deal right here. It sounds good to me. When you read 2 Enoch 30 and 31, it will change your thought process on what you think happened in the Bible, because all throughout this apocrypha called Adam transgressed. Oh, wicked Adam. Adam is wicked for listening.
Right.
Why did you listen to that?
Right.
That's what he asked him. She came clean. He didn't. He said, have you touched trees? She said, yeah, I did all that. I did everything you saying I did. Adam, what you do?
It was that woman.
It was her.
So
That's what he did.
So him and Ahab, he'll do the same thing, kind of sort.
Yes, absolutely. That's why Job said in 31 Job, he said, if I hide my wickedness in my bosom like Adam did. He hid his transgression in his woman. The bottom line is, who did he command? Who did he command to tell who what? Yeah, we got about 15 minutes. You finished that? Yeah. Okay, real quick, y'all. So we finished all that 1 Corinthians 10. And y'all, we're going to get back to what I believe. In the same cup, we have to drink from the same cup. Man, woman, and children from the same cup. So if they go off, they know how to come back to that cup. You understand? Baby killer. You know what a baby killer is? Somebody that's helping somebody get out of child support.
Ooh.
And make it a doctrine. Help you get out of your responsibility. That's what I'm talking about. Man, the hell with her. Then that's the hell with your children too. If you ain't provide nothing, what do you expect for them to do? Oh, you just drop seed in the ground and there's no tilling for you. You don't till the soil at all. You just drop seed. You don't come back and check on it.
No responsibility.
So, Brother Dan,
Yes, ma'am.
so this is the people when they say that, I heard that recently, when they were saying that it was okay to have relations with their child, baby girl,
Who said that now?
the Ish people. The Ish people.
They say it's okay to have Jewish people. Yeah, Edomites. Say it's okay to have sex with your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have a different doctrine because they're looking at puberty. See, it's a form of what they're saying. We know we wicked as hell, but we can straighten it out if we have sex with the innocents. See, because we're going to reverse what happened in the garden. See, that was sex with the innocent, but they were grown adults, so to speak, grown children. So if we have sex with a child who's is not reached an age of accountability yet and came to a flower, they can make me whole again. They can get rid of my wickedness if I do that. Well, no, you ain't gonna have nothing but a trailer park.
What?
Incest. Waterhead babies. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Moreover, brethren, I would not.
Hold on, we got 2 pages. Flip it.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat.
So, did anybody get wet in this situation, in this baptism? So, anybody just trying to pump, you must be water baptized, have to deal with this right here.
Yeah, all right.
All you ask them, though, is baptism only water immersion only. Because then no feet get wet. Not one sandal had mud on it. Go ahead.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
What did they drink?
The same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
Y'all see that was the Messiah leading us out of Egypt? They drank of that drink. They ain't drinking no drink of Pharaoh. You understand what we saying? Then drink the drink of Pharaoh. Let's get some more.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
But with many of them, God was not well pleased.
For
they were overthrown in the wilderness.
Where were they overthrown at?
In the wilderness.
Coming through the Red Sea and then get to the wilderness, and you got people talking about flee to the wilderness. Do y'all know how many lives were lost in the wilderness of chaos? Moses lost his right to walk into the promised land in the wilderness. And you got individuals out here still running that flee doctrine to the wilderness. And we had more problems in the wilderness than we had in Egypt. Because it was us on us. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We were worse in the wilderness than what was happening to us in Egypt. And they steady saying, go back to the wilderness. Y'all ready to go to the wilderness? Y'all got y'all ready to go packs? 40 years we had to wander in the wilderness. On a 16-day journey turned into 40 years. And we ended back up in the same spot. Ain't that crazy, Elijah? We at the White House on Natural Bridge and Kings Highway, and we strike out down Kings Highway heading toward Delmar. And we go for 40 years and end back up at the White House. So you're like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on around here?
That's a big circle.
Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things.
We should lust after what?
After evil things. As they also lusted.
After they lusted. Let's go back to Egypt, like Negro tell you, let's go back to Egypt and play with crystals. Let's go back to Egypt and worship these gods with dog heads. Lusted to go back. Man, we go back there, they got leeks and melons, and out here we ain't got nothing. You got manna bread, you've been through salvation, you had quail, and you still whining and crying.
Chicken that won't fly away.
So you just joined the bandwagon because everybody was leaving Egypt, and now you can't stand 10 toes down. Let's get some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play.
Don't y'all see that? That's all it is, y'all. That's the trouble Puffy in now.
Love playing.
Sit down to drink, rise up and play. And y'all know what the play is? Y'all know what they rising up in the play after drinking them spiked drinks? Mm-hmm. And these Negroes spiking drinks round here.
So is.
Spiking drinks. Go ahead.
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000.
Y'all see that?
One day.
23,000 in the wilderness, and they're trying to get you prepared to head back there for the same type of chaos. Go ahead. Excuse me.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents.
So that's in Numbers when they talk about Nehushtan. Tempting Christ again. He ain't doing nothing for us. He like, okay, so these bites, these serpents, I'm going to let you trust in what bites you then. See, so the Most High is letting what biting these new doctrine Negroes, he's letting their own doctrine bite them. Because it's coming back to bite them. And they can't explain it. Try to cuss you out and, or go to another doctrine to try to explain that. No, the serpent gonna keep biting you because that's your master, the serpent. Let's get some more.
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Yeah.
Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
Yes, sir.
There has no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
Y'all see that, y'all, right there? No temptation. What that means, has taken us in common, man. You can't say, man, you ain't never been in my shoes. Ain't nobody walked the walk that I'm walking. You a lie. We got examples in the Bible, minimum 2, with what's happening with you right now, and it's a crime, and we're talking about this crime and what you're facing, the punishment. We got 2 examples minimum in the scripture that we'll take you right to and show you ain't the first one that went through this. You may be the first one of this generation that got caught, but you ain't the first one. And one of them descriptions gonna show you how that individual got out of that temptation. You understand what I'm saying? It's in here, the example. But if they get you out of here, then your example of if it's right and wrong will never come to mind. And you'll end up being an old fool that doteth, chasing new booty doctrine. What you say, nervous? Chasing skeezer doctrine. Skeezer doctrine. Go ahead.
Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say. The cup of the blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of Christ?
Yes, sir.
The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of Christ?
Yes, sir.
For we being many are one bread and one body.
And one what?
And one body.
Y'all see, how can 2 walk together? Like spiritually, we must be a one mind. See, that bread is one body. It ain't separate bread. Well, ain't this bread taste better? Manna bread was given to all of them when they liked it. And not only that, but the bread, if you like to taste other bread, when you bit off of it, now that actually tastes like what you wanted to taste that was righteous. Wasn't unrighteous bread. Go ahead.
For we being many are one bread and one body. For we are all partakers of that one bread. Behold, Israel, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar? What say I then? That the idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything? But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to Yahweh. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
How you gonna bring me a doctrine and the founder is a Freemason? You gonna bring me that cup of Freemasonism and drink from that cup like it's gospel? And it comes from a fallen one, that doctrine. And you're trying to make me think cold duck and R&R is Hennessy XO.
Oh, you way off.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 21, ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
Ain't possible.
Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils.
Y'all understand that? You cannot mix light with darkness. You cannot mix devil worship with the script. When they say ain't that in the Bible, yeah, to tell you to stay away from it. Deuteronomy 18:9 on down don't tell you, yeah, it's talking about astrology. But what it say? Stay the hell away from it. And they try to make you think, well, it's in the Bible, man, like everything's in the Bible. At that point, that's just pure deception and guile at this point. Like we start off in that Sirach to contain that tongue, Elisha. There's a word with death in your tongue, and that's death teaching. To teach you just cause something in the Bible, it ain't wicked. The devil's in the Bible. Is he wicked?
Yes. Very much so.
Cain in the Bible. Was he wicked?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient.
All things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. I mean, you can't grasp all of the law right away. When you're in captivity, there's a slow walk with certain laws. There's a slow walk with cattle on 1,000 hills. And doing this because you're still under control of the punishment, you understand? And who he sent you to. So everything ain't expedient like these Negroes trying to do this new thing, rebuild the kingdom or kingdom rejuvenation and all that foolishness. How you going to revive the nation in your captivity? And take whose house? With what weapons? Like
Slave talk.
slave talk. Go ahead, bro.
All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not.
Uh-huh.
Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth.
Y'all see that? Let no man seek his own, but another will. Look, if I concentrate on making sure we're side by side in knowledge, that's what I'm seeking, another's wealth. Everybody's spiritually rich. How you gonna have a poor man in that when the kingdom talk about everybody is without being poor? He said, here the poor is with you always, but not in the kingdom. Ain't no talk of poor in spirit in the kingdom. Ain't no talk of poor in the pocket in the kingdom, is it? So why would you be now have an individual underneath you and talking above him and saying you've been given light that ain't nobody else been given? And I have a name, God named me this name. You name yourself that. What your birth certificate say? Go ahead, yeah.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles that eat, ask no questions for conscience sake.
And the shambles is marketplace, so it's saying for conscience sake. So let's get back to the mental. What am I in the marketplace for? Did I go to buy swine? Then ain't no need talking about it, right? For consciousness sake. But did I go to the market because they have a turkey section? They have a chicken section? They have a beef section? If for conscience sake, if I'm going there, I'm knowing, well, okay, they handling all of the meat in the back. But if I know that before I go to the store, what I'm still going to the store for if I'm going to complain?
And then go up there and start sweating them about how they doing it.
How they doing that? And you in there buying.
You need to have your own.
And while they checking out your stuff, chee, what butchers back there doing? Chee. I hope they cleaning it right like they supposed to. You at the register and you doing like just counting money. And what they doing back there for conscience sake, you questioning and you're counting money?
You shouldn't be there.
Excuse me, that's the only thing it's saying because we don't have nowhere. We ain't got no livestock we can grow, do we? Can you have livestock if you live in an apartment? See, that's why it's just a one-mind thought process that when we quote it to you, everybody is living out in the field. It's people living in apartments. What do you think they're going to have? Chickens in that back room? And you know when the landlord walk you through it, now this will be the chicken room. And you can keep goats in the closet over here. They got to go to the shambles. It means marketplace. When you go to Sula Market, they say, beef lamb, we sell alligator too. You know that before you go. You can't go down there and then start questioning. You sure ain't got none of that alligator juice on none of my hands. Well, all of it's bad at that point. Alligator juice on my hand.
It's all bad in the
Shalom says, be careful out there, Sister Joy. Yo, see, that's all it's talking about. Keep reading, we'll get some more understanding of that. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
For the earth is the Lord, and the fullness thereof. If any of them that believe not.
If any of them that believe what?
Not. Bid you to a feast. and you be disposed to go.
See, if you be disposed, when you look up that word disposed, mean I've thought it over up here in my consciousness. Why should I go? What else it say, Zed?
Whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no questions for conscience sake.
That's why I say, if you thought this over and you went, you already know what's going on. See, yeah, we want to invite you to the Christmas party, and everybody gonna be here. Guess what? I heard Sally Mae gonna be here, cause see, they said you had a crush on her in the 8th grade. Sally Mae gonna be there, and yeah, they supposed to have that big pig with the apple in the mouth, and what's that drink they drink? Nutmeg. What is that? Eggnog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Eggnog with R&R. You know, and it's gonna be all there. And I got to go. And while you sitting there waiting, man, lips and got an eggnog mustache, here comes your love interest from the 8th grade, and she's married now.
With children.
Wow.
Now, for conscience sake, you want to start talking about it. Well, see, I really wasn't going to be here. You know, I just came by. That damn Christmas tree is an idol. And, you know, this eggnog is... No. For conscience sake. So why were you disposed to go? To get into something you want? That's the whole deal, y'all. That's all Paul is talking about. He ain't telling you to go be with no unbelievers. He say if you be disposed to go, disposed meaning I've thought the matter over for conscience sake. It may be somebody that Uncle Junior wanted to hear this truth. I'm going to get him outside and break this truth down to Uncle Junior, if that's what you went for. But if you got another agenda, like we have an individual, one of his testimony is I went to this thing that had cake for the dead. You going there for cake for the dead, you eat, and then you ain't gonna eat the cake for the dead, but you was there for everything else.
Everything else.
You see, so that's what we're talking about, else. And then you blame them. You can't blame them. You knew they was an unbeliever before you went. What's the mission of your disposal to go? Because look, Matthew 5:44, the Most High, they invited him. The Pharisees invited him, and he said they can't enter the kingdom if you don't exceed their righteousness. But he went because they were Israelite. He knew what they were going to do because they had other people there. When he got there, the first thing they do, they was trying to catch him up. They actually brought a prostitute to that meal. We're going to invite him. Not knowing the power of the Most High, he said, I know exactly what y'all doing. So as soon as he walked through the door, guess what? The prostitute gave him a kiss, wiped his feet with her hair. And they like, if he didn't know what kind of woman that was, he wouldn't be even letting her touch him. Well, you know what kind of woman it was, and she in your house.
She here.
That you invited me to.
She's here.
And he said, I've been here for a couple hours. You ain't gave me no water. You ain't gave me no kiss, no greeting, nothing, no hospitality from none of you lawmen. And you pointing the finger at this woman who been wiping her hair and with the tears from her eyes. That's the water she wiped my feet with. And y'all think y'all tricking me up. Right. No, I was disposed to come here just to call y'all out in y'all own wickedness. And they stood back. Nigga, can't stand you. Can't stand you. Caught us up again. But that was the Pharisees' whole game. When you look through this Bible, the Pharisees is always laying traps and plots. And anybody that's in these strange doctrines that was in this doctrine now, they're laying traps and plots for you. They don't even care about the man next to them because it's a contest.
Yep.
This your brother in the faith, and you know he don't know this question, but you won't tell him the answer. At least give him the direction. You won't even do it because you're into this contest mode for R&R champion. And you let your brother fall.
Right.
That ain't no brotherhood, is it?
No, it ain't.
That's a selfish hood. Me, myself, and I.
Me.
Let's get some more. Finish this off. We close out.
Verse 28.
Yeah.
But if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols.
Unto what?
Unto idols.
Uh-huh.
Eat not.
Eat do what?
Eat not.
Uh-huh.
For his sake that showed it, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof.
So he say anything sacrificed to devils, if they tell you this for a strange God, don't eat it. Don't eat it for conscience sake, because idols are nothing. They can't eat no way. But a demon and devils, that's a whole different level. He say don't even go in the room with them. just at that point leave for conscience sake. You're like, oh, I thought it was gonna be different up here, y'all. Oh, y'all worshiping Molech up in there?
Yeah, that's just like I went to
This is a old sloppy banquet.
bro,
I didn't know y'all was doing that up in there.
I went to
Yeah, sloppy Joe. Go ahead, yeah.
I went to an art exhibit. They had an art exhibit at the Science Center. This was some years, about 15, 20 years ago. Had an art exhibit. So my cousin invited me. He said, man, come check out this art. This cat that worked at the center. This was before I started working. So we go to the exhibit. We sitting there. They're talking about the artwork and everything. Then they got together, man. They turned off the lights, start making a seance. They start beginning told my cousin, I said, hey, it's time to go.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on? I said, man, they finna do a damn seance.
Yes, sir.
It's time to go. He's like, for real? I said, man, they ain't putting the markers on the floor for nothing.
Yeah.
They put candles in.
Yeah.
I said, look, it's time to go.
Time to go. Anytime you setting up, you lay out a cloth and set up crystals like Stonehenge. Say some words over, fold it up, and then stick it under your pillow and say, watch you go to outer space.
You already in outer space.
Astroplaning, they call it. And these Negroes around here teaching that astroplaning with crystals and cloths of the deaf.
Yeah, they were straight up. They did it with strings.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yes, sir.
Started making a diagram and everything. Then they started placing candles.
Yes, sir.
At certain points of the diagram. I said, cuz it's time to go. He said, what's going on? I said, man, they finna hold the seance.
Boy, look
they
here.
Go into the dark side.
Like they tell you, leave Diddy party before 12.
Stay
at 12:01 and see what happens.
So Denzel said, leave before the devil show up.
Just leave before the devil show up. And the devil is puffy.
Take that.
And you know, and beating them women like that, and to come out and one woman say it was because of swimming pool shrinkage that all these problems, why he hate women so much. That's as far as I'm going now. You hear me? Just some of y'all know what I'm talking about if you've been swimming. Go ahead. See, with $1 billion, he can't bribe a doctor to get rid of that symptom. He can get rid of COVID and he can get rid of the measles and the mumps. He can get rid of, the doctor can get rid of a swollen footing. But that disease,
He got the midget man.
boy, look here. Go ahead, y'all.
Verse 29.
Yeah.
Conscience, I say, not thine own, but the other. For why is my liberty judge of another man's conscience? For if I by grace be partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that for which I give thanks? Whether therefore ye eat or drink, or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of Yahweh.
See, if it ain't for the glory of Yahweh, that's not telling you you got to stay with somebody. If you going in that spot, it better be for the glory of Yahweh. And you know it's an unbeliever that you like, I'm on a mission here. If I get him, I get the whole house. So, you know, that's the one who invited me. So we'll go off in this other room, watch the football game. We're going to talk. And when I leave, only thing they're going to be able to say, he got to you, didn't he? No, he got to me. It got to me. Truth got to me. So it ain't a doctrine, because look, how they gonna tell you to go to the wilderness with non-believers, non-messianic, just because they Israelite, but then you can't go to your mama's house? You understand what I'm saying? Right. But you can go out in the wilderness with people that don't believe in your God, believe in other gods. Y'all can link up together.
But you stay away from your family.
But you will stay away from your family. And you don't care about them. You rather see this child molester in the kingdom with you than your mother. Because she may have a few shortcomings.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Absolutely, Zed. Did we finish that, Zed?
No, verse 32.
Yeah.
Give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of Yahweh, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved.
And that's the whole mission of it. When he sends you out, you're not going to believers already. A well man don't need a doctor to do it. He's sending you to the sick in spirit and the sick in body to uplift them and let them know there's a redeemer that sits on high, that's willing to hear your problem. You want to see some examples? Here are some examples we got right here for you. Bruh, it can happen for you. All you got to do is believe. But these men out here with that R&R doctrine, raggedy and rough around the edges, they would love to get you to sip in that cup. And then you fear them men. And your hope is to see them either die or go to jail so you can be free. Because you don't have the guts to just say, I'm going to put on Facebook what I really believe. I ain't scared of these men no more. I don't care what extortion they got on me. I'm going to be worried about the Most High when he bring it up. Then these men bring it up. Because he was in the room with me anyway. Tell it on Facebook like you tell everything else. Tell it so they won't have to tell it on you. And get free.
Tell it on them.
And get yourself free. It's got to be a burden. Wondering, I can't say nothing about the cup I drink from that I truly, my soul is yearning from because I'm worried about some Negro that plotted on me.
That's a cow right there.
Boy, look here.
I don't know if I said it or not.
Real quick, just this last one, y'all. Philippians 3:13. And I just like this, y'all, because this is the route we have to go. That song, the young sister sang, Who Knew?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah. Who knew pain would bring me to the Most
Yes,
High?
sir.
Yeah, look, all of us in here talk about pain that brought us to the Most High.
Yes, sir.
When you have a testimony about pain that bring you to the Most High. And this is what we have to look toward. We can't look back the other way or you're going back to that same pain again. Who want that pain again? Where you at, Elisha?
You said Philippians
Yeah,
3?
3:13. May back it up to 12 if you need to. Hold on.
You're talking about press towards more.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This is start at 13.
I'm sorry if I don't get that. Okay. Ephesians right there. It is. Let's get it. 3, let's start about 10.
You said where?
10.
Tell you what.
Or
I'll tell you what.
7.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna go, like.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Christ. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach, Yahushua, my Lord,
Yeah.
for whom I have suffered the loss of all things,
Uh-huh.
and do count them but dung,
Uh-huh.
that I may win Christ, and be found in him, not having mine own righteousness.
Not having what?
Mine own righteousness,
Uh-huh.
which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach, the righteousness which is of Elohim by faith,
Yes, sir.
that I may know him, and the power of his resurrection,
The power of what?
his resurrection,
Uh-huh.
and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death,
Uh-huh.
if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead, not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yes, sir.
Brethren, I count not myself to be apt to have apprehended.
But
this one thing I do.
Yes, sir.
Forgetting those things which are behind.
What you gonna forget, Elisha?
Those things which are behind.
That vomit doctrine, which are behind me. Forget that stuff that I once thought about. Forget that foolishness. Go ahead.
And reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
Yes, sir.
Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, Yahweh shall reveal even this unto you. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule.
Let us do what?
Walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing.
Y'all, we have to be on that same mind. Let us walk by the same rules and mind the same things, y'all. And you know what happened with that? People will see your gathering and say, it's so peaceful. It looks so peaceful. But if we look behind and bring that drama back in, it's going to be the chaos. Y'all hold it down. We're trying to have a program here. Who is that over there? Who is that?
Yeah, chaos.
Go ahead.
Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even we, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach.
Yes, sir.
Whose end is destruction.
What is their end?
Destruction. Whose God is their belly.
What is their God?
Their belly.
Yeah.
And whose glory is in their shame. Who mind earthly things.
Who mind earthly things. Look, when you have an individual that's in this walk and then they go back and start talking about, guess who I'm with? Guess who I'm taking a picture with? The ungodly. Here I am with Lil Wootsy. Here I am with taking up the rear, and you just taking pictures with it. Like that's impressive to us.
Damn.
Here I am with, she trips on her man. Y'all like this, and like that's gonna make us jealous. Like we want to go back to that. We turn that loose. Go ahead, you finish that.
No, that's it. Pictures with the pillow biter.
Yeah.
Pictures with the pillow biter. Oh, man.
For our conversation is in heaven.
Where is that, Elisha?
In heaven. From whence also we look for the Savior, the Most High, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Yes, sir.
Who shall change our vile body.
What he gonna change?
Our vile body. That it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
See, y'all, that's what we got to do. One mind, one body, one spirit. If you go off, it's going to be confusion. It's going to be confusion if you go off. If you invite everybody to the party that you know wicked, would you invite the devil? Hey, man, they say the devil out there, man. He got 2 bottles like this.
Drinks on him.
Drinks on him.
Everybody run outside.
Just run outside. Say you got blunts and everything. Shit, the door will be knocked over and people will get trampled. What? Boy, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Say you got that brimstone.
That unquenchable fire.
We got any questions out there too, Bob?
No, they gonna say.
Hope we got some understanding today, y'all. One body, y'all. Don't fall for it. I don't care how it seems. If there's mixed doctrine, you cannot partake in that. Opt out for conscience sake.
Yes,
just
sir.
say, I just can't do it. What they gonna say? You better do it. And then just sit back. If you miss it, you ain't missed nothing. Yes, ma'am. For a family member out of town?
That was Imam Patel.
Oh, Imam Patel? Yeah, Imam Patel, Imam Patel. Yeah, we know who they is. Imam Patel went to Jerusalem a couple times. Actually, Imam Patel gave me this shirt from Jerusalem.
Oh, okay. Okay, come on, I love it. I love it.
Yes, sir.
She said her niece, is having, listening to the enemy.
Yeah,
And
sipping out of that strange cup. Yes, sir. That sippy cup of demons.
right. And she said, you know how to pray.
We're going to pray for a sister like we pray for each and every one of us here. May the Most High have mercy and turn us back to righteousness while we still have daylight. Because when the night comes, ain't no work at night, is it?
The Most High's permission in the name of His only begotten Son. Long live the King.
Long live the King!
Psalms 93.
Yes, sir.
The Lord reigneth.
Yes.
He is clothed with majesty.
Yes, sir.
The Elohim is clothed with strength,
Yes.
wherewith He hath girded Himself.
Yes.
The world also is established, and it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old. Thou art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up.
Yes.
O Elohim, the floods have lifted up their voice.
Yes.
The floods lift up their waves. The Elohim on high is mightier than the noise of many waters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, than the mighty waves of the sea.
Yes, sir.
Thy testimonies are very sure.
Yes.
Holiness becometh thine house,
Yes.
O Elohim, forever.
Hallelujah! Say what? Y'all got a shekel or two. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Israel, for all y'all do for the ministry and the radio station. One love, fam. One cup. One body.
No hard orange.
No. Don't bring order. Now I'm eating water right here. Every time you take a bite out of water, come out this the only way.